use OBS, or do you have a specific program to do all this?
All in here.
Yeah, okay.
All in StreamYard.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right. I just clocked that.
Okay, Frame, you can do the intro or whatever you want to do.
We recording?
We're live. Recording, not live.
I see it.
And I dropped my joint on the floor, so it's staying
Pick it
there.
up, man. Pick it up.
No, man, my feet up. I gotta roll my chair back. Nah, bro, I'll just smoke a blunt after this cigarette. Fuck it.
I mean, you can pause the live shit if you want, man, and pick up. You don't want your floor to go on fire.
I didn't even light it.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Oh, man.
Bad times. Okay. Action.
Action frame.
Welcome to DRIP.HAUS. We have special guests April4, Doc, and Lou here with us today, and we are doing the new format podcast. Fresh Stash Days. What's up, guys? April4, how are y'all?
Hi.
Yeah, we're good. I'm good. You good, Lou?
Good. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, we're good.
Fresh Stash Days, how are y'all?
Hey, man, I'm here. We're gonna get through this somehow.
Yeah, man, I love how slick this is, man. This is fucking slick.
It's weird during the daytime doing this and not at 10 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
You feel like your family's gonna see your secret life?
No, they pretty much stay as far away from me as they can.
Old time.
Oh, Stash, you need a hug, bro.
Just kidding.
So, April4, first thing I got to know is what is the inspiration behind this name? What does it mean? What does it represent?
You tell them, Doc. I usually because I always say it, so it's your turn.
Okay. Well, you know that thing when you collaborate with someone and it's kind of going well and you have to think of a name and you come up with like probably between 40 and 70 shit ones.
Yeah.
Well, we're just kind of tired of that. Do you know what I mean? We're just like, oh, fuck, we'll just think of this. We'll do this later. And then Lou and I were having a conversation one night and we'd occasionally just like bleat something out like, you know, cheese, fuck, or something like that. You know, we're like, no, that's rubbish, you know, whatever. So then we'd kind of given up. And Lou and I met 7 or 8 years ago, right? And when we got back in touch with each other about 4 years ago, the day that we made contact from that long gap, Lou looked back at WhatsApp stuff and it was fucking the 4th of April, right? And the day that we had that conversation was like 2 years ago on the 4th of fucking April. So that was freaky. And we just thought, okay, the Lords of Time have decided what our band is called, you know? So that's it, man. I'm afraid that there's no revolutionary kind of like pact going on with in South America or anything that we've started up. It's just that. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah.
That's a cool story.
I think that's actually a really cool story.
Yeah.
Now, cheese fuck, that idea didn't stick for very long.
It lasted.
They couldn't use that. That's my band name. That's why.
Yeah,
It's your band name. Oh, okay.
I noticed that.
Copyright.
Already copyrighted.
I saw Fresh with a flying V. I went, oh, fuck, somebody's already got that.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So we have an interesting name, and then we have a very interesting dynamic. Are you both in South America? Is that what I'm catching, or two different parts of the world?
No, I'm in Chile, and I'm in Santiago, and Doc is in outskirts of Glasgow.
Yeah, Scotland. It's fucking freezing all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, so just have you heard of Glasgow? Surely, say yes, boys. Glasgow. Have you?
You don't sound sure, guys.
Have you heard of Scotland at least?
Yeah,
Of course I've heard of. Of course I've heard of Glasgow, bro.
Right, okay, good. I was just getting no reaction there, so I thought you might be looking up a map or something. yeah, so yeah, up to the frozen north, the north of Britain, which, as you know, is a fucking shithole anyway. But we've got the nice parts. We've got the hills and the sheep. So
The
we have
sheep?
friends at night. Yeah, we make friends at night with sheep.
Oh, okay.
You know, how you're busy with your fro and your faded lights frame. We just fucking run at sheep, man.
All right.
Trap them, and dress them up.
Dress the sheep up. Yo. All right.
You know,
Okay.
let's apply some, rouge and lip gloss, that kind of thing. That's how we
wow.
spend our evenings.
Sounds like a lean night. Very lean.
Yeah, a lame night.
Yeah.
You must get up to some crazy shit then.
Good.
Yeah. So we met. So Lou was visiting here, and we kind of hooked up, and we spent an afternoon in a room in my shit house, and I played some piano, and she sang some beautiful words and melodies, and then it was another 4 and a bit years before we were able to kind of reconnect again.
Yeah.
So when we did, we thought we kind of make sense to each other, from and obviously with technology and the fact that you can send stuff around through the internet, we just started to just build up a bunch of tracks and sort of
It was the pandemic, so we didn't really have a lot to do.
Nothing else to do. Yeah.
I guess that's why I kind of quit music after coming back to Chile, and I was like not doing it for 4 years, and all of a sudden I was like, I want to do this again. And I thought about Doc, because I was like, well, I can't do it on my own. So I reached back out to him and told him like everything I went through when I was there and like afterwards. And we had like a phone call that lasted an hour. And I was like, I want to sing again. I want to write music again. And what do I do? How do we do it? I'm so far away. So I remember he sent me an email listing all the things I needed to get to like be able to send him files of my recordings. And that turned into like 2 months later, we found ourselves with an album, and we felt like, okay, the world needs to hear this. It didn't feel like we had a choice. It was like, yep, this is happening. And it started like taking, a turn in that sense, because it became a priority for me, whereas before it was like, okay, I'm just gonna see, I want to do this again and remember how it felt. And then I was like, yeah, this is what I should be doing. So yeah, it was really cool.
How did you guys come across Drip?
Right. Fuck, what was the name of that thing, Lou? There's a kind of pre-Drip Vault. Yes. Someone made contact with us on Instagram, and a company called Vault, who were doing a similar thing where it was like Web3 based, and someone reached out and says, "We like your stuff. We're doing a kind of invite only type thing, and we'd like you guys to be part of it." And then there was silence for like months, and we just thought, "Oh, this is just some guy trying to fucking rob us." Do you know what I mean? But it wasn't some guy trying to rob us. It's just they were under the I think what it was like, it was around at the time James Blake did his thing, and he called it Vaults, and that really confused me, because that appeared about a week or so after we had this conversation with this guy, and I thought, oh, that's cool, James Blake's on it, so this must be real, but that was a pure coincidence that they both had the same name. But what was going on in the background was Vaults had been approached or were in conversations with Drip about them kind of just like taking Vaults' idea and making, move forward with trying to involve more musicians on Drip. So they got kind of eaten up, and Vaults disappeared down Drip's throat. And yeah, so someone from Drip got in touch with us. I think it was Victoria at the time, and again that took another couple of months before, because we had actually written 2 songs for it, or we had 2 songs. We thought, like, we haven't released these. No one, we'll just exclusively give it to Vaults that then became Drip. And then we kind of kept up that concept of only releasing music to people, collectors on Drip, and not make it available to the outside world, you know. So we've kind of maintained that. We've maintained that kind of concept with our
Exclusivity.
yeah, because that appeared. The fact it was invite only at the time. I just liked that idea. I really liked that concept, you know.
Yeah.
And it just felt a little bit like having a little bit of control, you know.
Yeah.
The plan moving forward is to stay exclusive, stay on Drip.
Yes. I mean, we haven't had a conversation, you know, like to the contrary about that, have we, Lou?
No, and the thing is, what we liked about Drip was being able to record, like to release things that are fresh, because we still haven't released our first album, and we've written like 2 more albums whilst the first one's still not out because of like other reasons, like more boring reasons. But we love our first album, but at the same time it's so far away, and you're always more excited by the things you're actually presently working on. And so Drip has been an outlet for us to release things that we are presently connected to, and it's been so fun for that reason, because I just did the vocals, Dog mixes it, masters it, and then it's out. And so that's really fun and very new to do. You don't have platforms where you can just drop a song and not have to wait a full year or something to you know, let the world hear it. So that's what I've personally liked the most about working on Drip.
Yeah, I mean, I've done like before all this podcasting and stuff, I did artist management and development. And one of my biggest pieces of advice is when you create music, if you have the opportunity to drop it, because what ends up happening is like you get better, right? As you're going, you get better. And so like then if you randomly drop a single, like you're building this album, you've been building it for 2 years, and then after those 2 years, you just randomly drop a single that's not associated with the album. It sounds newer and better than the album sound, and now you've got to go redo this whole album. And I mean, a lot of artists that I work with end up having a huge vault of songs that the world will never hear.
Yeah, I totally get that. I mean, I was so close to, because how fast we were writing, I was so close to saying, like, fuck that first album. Do you know what I mean? Let this second album be our first album, you know? And it's just the way it was scheduled. It was like we put out a few tracks, a few singles off it, and then there was just, we had some bullshit to deal with, and it just kind of like prolonged the actual release of the album, which does have a release date of the 30th of July this year. Thank fuck. But it almost feels like it's just to get it out of the way. It's like, fucking move along, do you know? But
where will that be releasing on Drip as well?
No, because then it's not exclusive, you know, because it's going to go out. You know, we've got like a kind of physical and digital distribution in place. So just in, like, you know, they'll be in record shops and in our little Bandcamp thing. So, but yeah, I think it feels like now, to me anyway, I think this first album is almost like PR, just to kind of get us some kind of notice in the real, because we're so far apart, Fresh, we can't do gigs, we can't follow that up, we can't do the usual route, you know. And if Lou comes here, I'm going to have to hide her in my fucking cupboard. Do you know what I mean? You know, after 6 months, because she'd be illegal, you know. So until we're in a position where Lou can come here and work and justifiably stay longer, then we'll have to just, you know, grab a time, you know, each year where she comes. Like Lou's coming to Glasgow at the end of June to record the vocals for the second album. And we're going to do a couple of gigs. We're going to do some videos, you know, just do a bit of work, and that will kind of tide us over until we release the second album sort of next spring, early summer, you know.
Yeah, with the distance, you really do have to make the most of the time you guys have when you're together. Right?
Yeah,
absolutely. I know.
Are y'all, have y'all been in Web3 for a long time, or is Drip your first intro to that?
Yes. To me, it was like an alien landscape.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
It is.
definitely is.
Yeah. I find it really exciting though. There's something really free about it, you know?
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
no
So
there's no bullshit, you know, there's no kind of hoops you have to jump through just to exist there.
yeah, that's
It's
one of
very
the things-
anarcho-capitalist. I love it.
It's very what? Fresh? What was that?
Anarcho-capitalist. I love it.
Yeah, I know. And as Lou was saying earlier, it's just like, fuck, you just made something, put it out. You don't have to wait for like 6 months for a label scheduling before someone gets to hear your stuff, you know? It's just
Well, labels are stuck in the past, right? Like
yeah,
this is the problem, is they're going through like release plans and all this stuff. And it's not that you can't have a release plan, but it's just your whole rollout has to be 2 weeks to a month. Like anything more than that, people aren't even thinking about you anymore. Like things move so quick. The next viral thing has already taken their attention.
Yeah. See here, there's this tradition of, okay, you put an album out, okay, well, we need your album between 6 and 8 weeks up front. You're like, why the fuck do you know, is this so, what do we do in those 6 or 8 weeks? You know, hope that you review it or what, or pay a plugger to get a couple of plays on, you know, like the big kind of independent radio station. It's not independent, it's the BP fucking C, you know, but in terms of independent music releases, it's there, that's who you go to. But you've got to hand some fucker between £2,500-3,000 just to get a play, you know. It's like, that's not
a single play, not all day, not multiple days, one play.
To go on a playlist, so that playlist will last a week, you know. If somebody's really into it, they might, you know, press the producers to, okay, can we play that again? But that's rare, man. It's like, and this shit was happening in the 80s, you know. I you know, as a young guy, I was going around buying up fucking shit band singles, being paid to buy shit band singles to kind of push them up the chart. You know, this was a thing.
Crazy.
You know, it's like fucking blatant corruption. Everybody knew it happened, but everyone just turned a blind eye, you know. You'd go into like shops, could have 15 copies of that shit song, please, you know. And that because it was only particular shops, chart return shops, that they were known as. You had, you know, there's no point in just going into a little independent shop because the sales in those didn't count. They didn't go towards the chart position, you know.
Yeah, in Canada it was HMV. You would go to the HMV and like they would report their sales. But if you went to like a little like Sam's record store,
same idea.
Yeah,
Same idea. HMV, Virgin. There's another couple. Woolworths. You know, you could buy fucking sweets and a fishing rod. And
you still have HMV?
We did. Yeah, it's gone now.
Yeah, it's gone here too.
Yeah. And there's a big. What was the big one? I think it was a big American one. I think it was American. Tower Records. They appeared out of the blue.
Tower.
Yeah, and they kind of took over, you know, for a few years, and they just disappeared as well.
Yeah, back in like the late 90s, I think, didn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
There was a big one in Chicago I went to that was, you know, it was the thing to do. We went to a couple small record shops that were really, really cool, and then we went to Tower. That was like the big thing to go see. And no more.
It's all gone. I mean, as we all know, the industry just fucking imploded, you know, with the advent of, you know, MP3s, and, you know, it's just like, but I really like that period where there was real hope for independent musicians to go, fuck, we don't need to kind of like dress like a dick and dance in front of a fucking arse full of cocaine, you know, to get a record, to get a record deal. You know, you can just do it yourself. And that brief period was just like beautiful. But then they sussed it. They went, right, there's a new format here, you know, right. And they very quickly got around to taking over again. And then through just, you know, buying tracks on Apple and whoever else. But then somebody smarter came along and went, well, fuck buying it. We'll just rent these artists' music out and give them each musician a fucking punch in the face every time someone plays their track. Let's not pay them of anything of any value, you know. Just treat them like shit.
A punch in the face you'd actually feel. They ain't even doing that.
You're right, man. I know. So they've grabbed it back again, you know. But I think throughout that time, it has spawned you know, people make records at home now, you know.
Yeah, and I think
They have-
Web3, and the utilization of blockchain and NFTs that Drip is doing, and there's a few other music platforms. I think it is starting that feeling again that you were talking about of independent artists being
Yeah.
able to, you know, just create, not have to worry about anything, none of the label stress or nothing. Like you don't even have to have a drop schedule or anything. You know, you do whatever you want in Web3. So
Right.
and,
Well,
and
like
also,
think about it. You don't make anything when you're a fresh artist and you start coming up. Like you're doing this all off the hustle, all off of your passion for it. Like you don't make a dime. At least on Drip, you get a couple fans, even if it's $10 a week, bro. Like that $10, it gives you that fuel to be like, look, at least like 10, like they're a fucking penny. That you get them, like everybody who likes that, it's just a penny. If that penny adds up to $10, you know what I mean? Like that's 10,000 people that like that thing. Like it gives you that motivation to keep going, you know?
Absolutely. I know. I mean, I think, I mean, we put 4 or 5 tracks up on Spotify and wherever else, but we've had no fucking payment from them, you know, and from just a short time on Drip, which was probably at the end of, was it September, Lou? When was it? Last August, September time, maybe November. I can't remember. But it's
the wrong person. Really bad with dates.
But it's a very short period of time, and we've made, you know, we've had income from it. Not, you know, we're not going to go and buy fucking cars or like horses. Do you know what I mean? But it's just it's tangible, you know. Like as you said, it's like, oh right, okay, because you see it every couple of days. USDC, like, all right, nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And there's no middleman taking any of that from you in between you and the payment coming to you. You know, like you'd have 3-4 different levels of the payment going through before it even gets to you.
Yeah,
you know. So, but it also the other thing I think that is a big point is it removes the barrier between us and the fans. You know, there's always been like a very strong barrier where now with Web3 you can build a community right there and be able to grow with your fans, give them opportunities. It's still young. We're all figuring this out, but give them opportunities to grow wealth along with you as a musician. You know, there's so many different ways to utilize blockchain and a lot that's still not even been tapped yet. So
no, it's quite exciting. Like there's a little, I mean, I don't know if you guys are in the Drip Music Telegram chat place.
I am.
I was until a few days ago.
Did you get booted out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did you get booted out?
You know,
you don't want to go into it.
I get booted out of
internal politics. People don't like Frame, bro. For some reason, he rubs everybody the wrong way.
I like Frame a lot already, man. I like you a lot.
I like you, Doc, man. That type of guy. I'm still undecided on Lou. Hold on, Lou. Calm down.
No, but what I see in that chat is just people. There's a real energy. Do you know what I mean? Whatever the fuck, I don't get involved in any shit, you know. But I just see there's people just trying different things, and people kind of reaching out, say like, I've got this idea, and even the simple thing. I mean, it's not something that I would do because it's not. I'm not that kind of person. But people saying like, you know, is there anything you would change about this mix, you know, and just you know, looking for practical, just to have a second opinion, I guess, and even just having that, the fact that exists it's just. I think it's a great place to kind of express yourself and, you know, try stuff, fuck up, get it right. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it allows you to do that. There's no one going to sort of decry you for that, you know?
Absolutely.
For the most part, it's a really good community.
I think so.
Yeah.
And all the guys who run it, the people I've had contact with, I mean, there's a couple of people left who were really brilliant with me. Because it's like when you saying, you know, what's your experience of Web3? I was just absolute greenhorn, you know, knew fuck all. You know, I was scared to make a wallet because I thought someone would rob me immediately, you know. I just had no idea. And just being talked through that and learning how to make a drop, how, you know, just, and it's kind of evolved a little bit and it's changed a little bit. And but just in those early days, the people who were running it, you know, even did the kind of help, you know, you just put in a little box, help, I've fucked it, you know, and they go, it's okay, we can fix it for you, like pretty much immediately, you know. It was just amazing. And you know what it's like trying to get support from Apple or Adobe or any of these fuckers. It's days and days, you know. Yeah. Exactly. So I mean, in a way, I hope it doesn't get too big, because I think it would lose that. But obviously, you know, they didn't set out to make something small, you know.
Right.
Well, they should just have a small group of people that handle the OGs, you know. If you had to get invited to be on the platform, then you probably should have like a handler.
Yeah.
No handler.
VIP status.
No,
I don't need no handler. Don't you wish that evil on me. So with these new,
you need a handler.
No,
maybe if you had a handler, you would get kicked out of less groups.
I'd just be getting the handler kicked out with me. That's all.
No, I really want to.
So you guys are bringing what type of music? Fresh, do you have any of the music to play?
Yeah, okay, I have your drip up here. You
guys have been on here September. I don't know how y'all didn't follow my feed.
So say again, what would you want to play?
Oh,
I don't know.
See, when the page appeared fresh, you all guys just disappeared and it just kind of did a little freaky thing. Was that normal?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right.
I took you guys off the screen and I'm like, wait, but now I can't hear what they're saying, so I put you guys back.
Okay, right. I mean, I don't know. Fuck, I like
Fractor. I don't know, FRCTR. I think that song was amazing.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Dash. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what type of music, by the way, to answer your question. That's a really tough one to. What do you think, Stash? What type of music do we make?
I thought in that song, I thought it had a very 4AD vibe to it. Just with a little bit quicker pulse is how I kind of described it.
I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is Fracture by aprilfour.
Shish. 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 Fractura. ¿De qué? ¿De qué? I don't like my facial expressions. I don't like your guns, just what I knew you were. Mírate cómo tiene la ansiedad y toda blanca. Guns, though you won't fire. Me invita, y yo no voy a ir. Open invitation to the phone, 'cause you shouldn't have. You don't wanna know what's going on in the first place. This is about you, I don't know, 'cause I'm always right. Make me feel to say we can control. Wake up or not, to the dawn, that's the dream. And his sights just as bad as my silence. Like an overbuilt brow, like a king with no crown. There's no way to disguise it. When you twist my arm with whatever you want, it's a sprain, not a fracture. To prove that you're strong, but the weak in a voice, it's a joke that you're laughing. You are fractured. You are You are fractured. You've been fractured. Mírate cómo te intensias y todo blanco. Just as fast as silence. Move with the crowd like a king on the ground. There's no way to disguise it. You twist my arm and whatever you want is to scream my fracture. So you play strong, weak, and force is such a fractured. You are ruptured. You are fractured. You've been fractured.
Oh, that was fire.
That was fire.
Doc was gone, man. He was up standing and dancing around to it. I feel you, Doc. I was dancing too.
Yeah, I was
I
stretching
just want
my
you to
limbs.
know, Frame, just because you weren't on stage doesn't mean that wasn't caught in 4K. So that will be coming out as a drip drop, just Frame dancing to Fracture.
I was enjoying myself. I was having fun.
Okay.
That's some good stuff. It's got a I don't know who Real Stash referenced a minute
It was a
ago before
label,
that
wasn't
song.
it?
Alrighty, a label.
You referenced a label, a London-based label.
Oh, okay, but that vibe is real dope. I dig it.
Thanks, man.
That song gave me like Sonic, you know, that like your loving keeps me alive. That song, that's the vibes I got from that song.
Do you know that one, Lou?
No.
No, I don't know.
You're gonna make me play it, huh? Give me a second.
Yeah. Go for it.
So, who made the beat there, the instrumental, the production? Like that guitar was really nice.
Yeah, Dog does all of that. I just do the vocals, like the songwriting and the melodies, like the vocal melodies is what I do. Everything else is Dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't do anything else, man.
You always make me smile when I'm feeling down. You give me such a vibe. It's totally bona fide. It's not the way you walk, and it ain't the way you talk. It ain't the job you got that keeps me satisfied. You love me so well, and that's what takes me high.
Oh my god, that music video though.
The music video is crazy, but you guys don't know the song?
I don't know the song, no.
No, me neither.
That's crazy. That shit is crazy.
Is she American or British?
It didn't make it to
British.
Is she? Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
That's
have
why
my
I'm
phone.
super shocked.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really listen to much music. Most of it fucking kills me. Do you know what I mean? it's rare I hear
Absolutely.
something that excites me. Do you know what I mean? So, and I spend so much time making it. It's like when I'm not doing that, I don't want to hear anything.
I always try to like
I know
force
what you
Doc
mean.
to listen to songs I dig. And I make him listen to them when we're chatting online, and I'm like listening to them with you and like with him. And like sometimes if he'll listen to it for more than a minute, then I'm like, yes, finally. Otherwise it's like 10 seconds and he's like, yeah, that's nice. Okay, let's move on. And like been
You could
rare
stop.
times that he's listened to the full song and been like, yeah, but he'll never listen to it again. I know that.
No, never. No.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
with you. I'm with you, man. When I make music, I'm the same way. I'm like, I can't hear nothing else. If I hear anything else, it drives me nuts.
I go
Yeah.
through phases. I go through phases. Like sometimes I don't want to listen to our music, and I want like other people's music, even if it's like shit music. I'll want to like just to like detox. And other times I can't listen to other people's music, and I just listen to our stuff. But when I listen to our stuff, I don't listen to like enjoy it most of the time. I listen to like see what needs fixed. Like
It's all
in my,
about critiquing it, right?
Yeah.
yeah, most of the time. Sometimes we indulge. We have like favorites that we like, guilty pleasures that we like to listen to. Yeah.
Of our own stuff, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
know
know.
which ones
I
I'm
know.
talking
Yeah, I
about.
know. I know. I know. But soon those will be shit. We'll be listening to other stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You ever put anything out and you're like, this is gonna be terrible, and then everybody likes it, or vice versa? Like that happens to me a lot. I think something I'm putting out, I'm like, people are gonna hate this, or I'm like, oh, people are gonna love this, and then it's the opposite reaction.
What fucks me up is the putting something out. You think, oh, people just fucking kill for this, you know, and then like nobody plays it. You're like, what? What? How wrong? How wrong have I been here? You know. So I just stopped playing that game, man. It's almost like I have this kind of inherent built-in thing to document the noise that we make and then move on to the next thing. I don't give a fuck who hears it. Do you know what I mean? Ultimately, it's
Yeah.
just
Absolutely.
it's for me and it's for Lou, it's for us. And if it turns us on, if it gets us going, fucking this is good, then you know we'll share it. If it doesn't get past that, then it's
Yeah.
you know, it's
We'd
dead.
never release something that we feel is shit. And I've never looked back and listened back to a song and felt like, oh, this is shit. Maybe like my vocals, I'm like, I could have sung that better. But then
See,
I try to sing it better and I can't.
we spent too long with the first album in terms of, you know, when it came to mixing it, because Lube basically recorded it in her, like, on her sister's iMac with a
Yeah.
mic
Fun times.
with a little shitty interface and very little experience of recording her voice, you know. And I took it to the mix engineer here, and my plan was to sit up the back, smoke a big fucking joint, and listen to him fucking doing all the EQ, you know. And he was like, he's on headphones. He's like, oh, I'm just trying to going on about, you know,
He
the
hated
quality.
me
I
for
know,
like
I know.
the whole thing.
And he's trying to take all these frequencies out. He says, look, man, accept it's a shit recording.
Yeah.
But the essence
Instead
of
having
what
to
the
record too.
performance is just, you know, let's not get too hung up on that.
Yeah.
And basically all the life in her voice was just squeezed out. It sounded like an AI vocal at one point.
Yeah.
I says, we need to just, how many plugins have you got in there? 100 and how many? You know? Like, fucking stop it, man. Stop
Well,
it.
like, see, this is the thing: is a good engineer is really good and will like whatever, but a mediocre engineer just doesn't understand that the rawness is part of it. Like, this is
course.
album one. You want the raw take. Like,
No.
I
Yeah.
miss when the song started and you heard the tape recorder click. I miss that little click in music. You know what I mean? Like, I like
know.
when something's raw. You hear the emotion.
Yeah.
You hear where they are in life. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm engineers, man.
yeah, that's very
know.
true. And I
I know.
agree. I feel like, for example, like a more known singer, Lana, like she puts out stuff that is like, is she like so much sibilance, for instance, and you're like, is she for real? But she definitely sounds like you can feel her pain or whatever she's going through. Whereas like some artists, you prefer to listen to them live because the studio versions are so clean in a bad
Overproduced,
way,
yeah.
you know, like, so, yeah. So I definitely agree with that.
How long, and this is to both of you separately, how long have you both done music? What's your background?
I mean, I've been kind of doing music for like I kind of I decided in my early 20s that's just what I wanted to do.
So just a couple
So
years?
aye, about 3 years now. Some relative greenhorn, really, you know. But I just started out as a, you know, as a bass. But the bass was attracted. The bass guitar attracted me to playing music, and I was into kind of like, you know, I was a very young boy when punk happened, and that's what kind of got me into music and that kind of thing, and just that. So technical ability has never been a problem for me because I fucking don't have any, you know. So I didn't care. It's all about just the spirit of it and the performance of it. And as I said, I got to my mid-20s, early, late teens, I suppose, being in bands, you see, all right, what's that guy got? What's he doing? The guy who with the synth. I went, oh, that's fucking cool, man. What noise does that make? And so I developed an interest in, other instruments, and I just secretly, annoyed whoever my neighbor was to try to learn how to figure my way around these things, just by making a horrendous din. But it was just so it just gradually just picking things up, and then eventually getting around to picking up a guitar and just try to play. I mean, I don't read music. I've had no interest in reading music. To me, reading music was I've always had this thing, and it may sound a bit fucking stupid now, but I felt it would learning to read music on a page would remove the mystery of what music is, of coming up with an idea. I didn't care fucking around the piano till I found the right chord, and I don't know what the chord's called, but it's right for the next place I go to. And I've just took that approach all along, And then I got asked to do different, I got involved in writing music for theatre, and that was amazing, sitting there with a bunch of actors who are all fucking mental, and you've been asked to, sort of add layers to the text and their performance. And it was just, so, I've had different things along the way that's kind of opened up. I've been in bands, being in bands kind of bored me. I really enjoyed playing live. I was just fucking angry and wanted to go home. I was never really, I never really got my satisfaction. So I always steered towards a space where there was very few other humans around, like a studio. You don't need, and dealing with people's egos as well, I mean, I've always worked with singers, and I have to say, Lou, I can't believe how little ego you have. Do you know what I mean? It's like a dream fucking come true,
I wish like people in my life were to hear this, because people think I have like a huge ego for some reason because of my sense of humor, but I really don't. Yeah, for me, I've always liked singing. When I was a kid, like 8 years old, I already knew that I liked singing. I kind of taught myself to play. I'm left-handed, so I taught myself to play the guitar right-handed because I wanted to be able to play like any guitar. I'm a shit guitar. I don't play instruments, but I learned a few chords to be able to write my own songs, like as an emo teenager, like heartbreaks that hadn't happened yet. But I was too afraid to like actually pursue a career by myself. So I considered like other more traditional options, because I wanted something safe. And here in Chile, it's like, oh, you're gonna be a musician, well, you're gonna starve. Like, you want to be an actor or whatever, like anything like art driven is frowned upon in that, like in an economic sense. So I was kind of like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this. And I also didn't like the idea of fame. Like I didn't that's not what I was chasing. So I thought it wasn't really worth it. And it felt more like something I should pursue as a hobby. But then when I was around 19 is when I went to Glasgow, because I met a musician who I traveled with. And I was like, okay, might give this a chance, because it felt like it was worth it. And then I worked with with a different producers and musicians, amongst them Doc. But I never actually, because I came back and I was like, yeah, because I went through like personal stuff and I was like, yeah, this is not for me. I'm too sensitive. Like, let's just not do this. So I started doing like other traditional things, and then I was like, yeah, this doesn't fulfill me. And that's when I found my way back to music. And then I was like, yeah, you're not going to stop or quit again. Stop it. Because like I wasted 4 years of what could have been music, you know, full of music and learning and all of that. I don't regret it, because it actually made for like a lot of songwriting, like inspiration from the things I lived. But yeah, I wasn't brave enough. I wasn't brave like Doc was, to just be like, yeah, this is what I was put on earth to do, so I'll just do that. And I'm not like that type of singer who likes to sing just for the hell of it. Like, I don't like to do covers, or like, I'm not the person who's gonna be like, yeah, give me the mic, I want to sing at this karaoke. Like, that makes me cringe. Like, I feel really awkward about it. I prefer to sing like my own stuff, like with Doc, like where singing actually makes sense. I don't like just sing for like no purpose. Like, just, it doesn't, I don't enjoy it like that, you know? So I'm like I don't think like I'm the typical singer in that sense, where I'm like, I want to sing the loudest or whatever. I just like to use my voice as a tool to kind of convey the emotion I want to talk about in the song. So that's kind of like my background in terms of music.
All right. So it's very interesting. Two parts of the world, Glasgow and Chile, and we're talking about music, Web3. How have you guys noticed any changes in the parts of the world that you're in? Any crypto adoption? People tired of the traditional music as far as fans? Like, what's going on in your parts of the world?
In Chile, people are all about Spotify, and they listen to a lot of reggaeton, which I don't know, like Bad Bunny. I don't know if you know Bad Bunny.
Oh yeah, everybody knows Bad Bunny.
Yeah. Okay. So like that's the type.
I want to clarify, Bad Bunny was not my introduction to reggaeton, though.
Yeah. Facts.
What was your introduction to reggaeton then?
Daddy Yankee.
Oh, cool.
But I am like, I'm 35. I'm not, you know what I mean? So
you don't like it?
I mean, no, I've been around for a long time, right? So like, I've heard a lot of this music for a long time, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, it's all the same. And like the music industry for the Chilean scene, it's like there are a lot of new urban musicians singing like reggaeton or trap, that kind of stuff, and people really dig that. And like there are female reggaeton singers nowadays that are very popular as well, like Karol G. I don't know if you know her. She's very well known as well. And even Shakira is doing reggaeton nowadays. So that tells you something. So yeah, that's what people are interested to hear. But then you have like Aurora, Lana, Billy, who play Lollapalooza, and like people go crazy for them. But it's not as it's not as popular. There's a niche for it, I would say. For that, like probably around 20-year-olds and people like that. The rest is like more, my mom and like moms in general are more into like Chayanne and things, like very Latin type of romantic singers,
What about Glasgow? What's going over there, Doc?
Glasgow's kind of stuck in a bit of a time warp. I would say there's very, like, I speak to people about, what we're doing on Drip, and they're just looking at me as if I've slipped them a tab of acid or something, It's like they just don't know. People just don't know about it. And in terms of like bands and what have you, it's very traditional, like people grow up, from their fathers or grandfathers, however, whatever age they are, being heavily influenced by this kind of Scottish pop band history, which probably, from someone like Alec Harvey band in the 70s through the whole Postcard Records things with the Orange Juice in the 80s, the slightly left field bands like the Associates and the Fire Engines and kind of indie, kind of scruffy pop, indie stuff, a little bit angular, through to kind of influenced by the Beach Boys. These seem to be the kind of core, the core fucking fuel for any band that comes out of this town, you know. And that's been the case for decades. Recently, there's been a kind of upsurge since the plague in 2022 or wherever it ended. There's been a kind of a bit of a rise, and it coincided with my interest in, because I had fuck all else to do, in modular synths. So, you know, I would just buy a module a week, figure out how the fuck it works, and then kind of stream my, you know, my epiphany in the evening. And going, okay, so I just slowly built that up. Then I discovered there's a community actually going on, and there was actually a venue where once a month there was live electronic music. And on discovering that, I thought this is a hidden gem, you know. So and that's grown. And there's people who manufacture and design electronic, you know, modular synths, and Scotland as a whole, Glasgow and Edinburgh, the two main cities. So there's something new. There's something new in that's came about. But this is the first new breath of fresh air for, it's probably seems like fucking 20 years or something, you know. Everything's just kind of stayed, and it's just people just repeat, or you get young people just want to watch like The Voice or some of those TV karaoke programs, and that's their aspiration, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
And I'm
what the fuck is
assuming. Oh, go ahead.
No, I just think, what's the fucking matter with you?
Well, so I'm assuming the crypto side, the Web3 side, is about the same. Most of the people are
Don't
not
know.
there
Yeah.
yet.
No,
Are you
yeah.
seeing? Are you seeing anything in public, like in America? We've had Bitcoin machines, like ATMs,
Oh,
for a
wow.
while. They don't get used.
Oh, really? But they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
People
them.
know about crypto, but I don't know anyone that's familiar with it, like, you know, that understands
That
well.
holds any.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you explain, like, sometimes I have to explain what drip is, and like people understand, but it's like they're like, oh, no way they knew about it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know. There's people I've spoken to and as well, and I'd say, you know, like, does it interest you? And it's like the frightened of it is like, you know, who's the big monkey on top of the fucking Empire State Building? It's like King Kong's coming for them or something, you know. It's like, man,
Like
it's
you
okay.
Well, you said it earlier. You said, like, when I went to create my first wallet or something like that, you was like, I was scared somebody was gonna steal it. You know?
Steal it, aye.
Yeah.
I know. And so, you know, it's comforting to know that's quite a common reaction. But I think with having a little bit of experience of it, and it doesn't frighten me as much. So I have been, you know, opening conversations up with other people about, you know, find out about it, learn about it. Just don't be, you know, and particularly other artists. When I say, look, there's this thing called drip where you actually communicate and people buy your stuff. You know, you don't have to pay someone to play your music. You don't have to receive fuck all for your music being played, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, there's not one person taking it up, it has to be said. They all go, that sounds interesting. But I just think it's the fear of the unknown. You know, when I say Web3 to someone, it's like I'm wearing a fucking gorilla mask. Do you know what I mean?
That's even the case with music. Like, most people don't listen to new music.
It's true.
So,
well, they're too caught up in their playlist. You know, it's this whole driven playlist. You have someone choose, or you have someone recommend a playlist, and then they'll. I don't know. I mean, I don't have a Spotify. What's that?
Yeah. No, like, it's also with it's to do with new artists, because like if Bad Bunny again drops an album, everyone's on his shit. Like, everyone's listening to that new album nonstop, and it goes top one immediately. But it's because it's him. They know him, and also because he does. Even though he varies genres a little bit, it's the same. His vocals are the same. The melodies are the same. It's all the same. So it's basically people getting a slight variation to the thing they already know and have digested and are used to. But if you were to introduce them to something like our thing or whatever, it would be hard to digest, and people don't like that, or it's hard for them to acquired tastes, you know?
Now,
is that-
oh, go ahead.
It's a human thing, isn't it? It's that safety in numbers. It's like familiarity. It's like people just are, there's a comfort in that, you know. And I just think, and you have to be of the mind to want to hear new things. I mean, I'm dying to hear music that blows my head off. You know, I'm dying to hear something new. Always looking for it, but invariably just like, oh, that more shit. Okay, right. Well, something will be along soon, surely. To fuck, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's. I don't know how it is on every industry, I'm sure, or not industry, but every genre, I'm sure it's similar. But in the hip hop genre, there's always a lot of copying whatever the hottest thing is at the moment, and that keeps years of staleness going. Right? Like nobody wants to try anything new. So I understand what you mean there.
Who do you rate now? Which hip hop artist do you? I mean, I love hip hop, you know. Is there an artist that you think is making a difference or trying something different, a little bit different right now that I may not have heard?
Actually, yeah, Prof is, I would say, different. One is Prof.
Well, there's a few, but Prof is definitely one.
PROF?
None as different as him. That's why I'd say it's like you had to pick one. None as different. None as like just kind of being himself.
Hana Human. Have you heard that cat yet?
No.
He's Indian. You've probably heard him, Fresh. His one song's been blowing up. All the reactors have been watching it. But he's an Indian rapper, and he has mixed in like some of the Indian traditional instruments into his hip hop production, and then like he has like some new type of flows that is different than a lot of people, and it may be because of he spoke
his culture,
right, his culture, how his mouth was trained to speak and stuff, because he's rapping in English, but it's very, very new. But Fresh is right. Prof too is a very good example.
Is he American, Fresh? Yeah,
he is.
Yeah. Where's he? Minnesota? Is that where Prof is from?
I don't even know.
I think it's Minnesota.
Is he well known, or is he like more underground?
He's getting a little more well known now.
Yeah.
I guess another person that I would say is kind of like genre bending is Jelly Roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's like country and hip hop. It's a little different. Although because when he started, he was straight hip hop, but now he sings twangy hooks and he's kind of genre bending.
But other than that, there's not been like a big switch in hip hop, really.
It's a hard thing to switch, isn't it? It feels like there's really strict parameters, you know, with hip hop. The same with house. I mean, I was lucky enough to I shared a flat with a DJ years and years ago when like Chicago and Detroit, house music was just it was underground, you know, and there's a club in Glasgow that played it, you know, old white label days, you know, vinyl. And the stuff that was like, it blew my fucking brain, you know what I mean? I was like, this is incredible. It was like the minimalism of it was just phenomenal. I just thought, how can you get a sound like that with like 3 noises? It was just incredible, you know. And so obviously that it became almost like when it became mainstream, or when dance, you know, that when it was given that horrific subtitle EDM, I was long gone, man. I got off the boat then, you know. Because it was just like manufactured big company. Just, in fact, I think the straw that broke my particular back was Italian house piano stuff. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Really
for me, it was it was actually a specific song.
Oh,
it was Martin Garrix's "Animals" was the song that broke me for EDM. I couldn't go to another rave festival. And it just drove me nuts, because the hot joke before we go out, one of us would be like, "I wonder if the DJ is gonna mix animals with animals." It was just fucking ridiculous. That just ended it for me.
Yeah, that would end it for me too if I was aware of it. I think I would give. I think I would induce violence in me. Hearing that.
Well, that's a part of me that I try to suppress. So I just can't go.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
this is why I had to stop going, because
Stepped
or else
away.
we wouldn't be having this conversation unless they let me do it from jail.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I know. No, I mean, it's good when people do kind of look to have a different take on these specific genres. You know, it's like it catches your ear. You know, you go, oh, what's going on? What's this dude doing? You know, it's great. It's rare, but when it happens, it's like it's exciting. You know.
So, what do you think about the now introduction of AI into music, and how far have you gotten into what you can do with it and stuff like that?
I got asked that the other day. I don't know. It's a little scary to think that like if they grabbed all of my vocals, they could make a song without me involved at all. I don't think it's ever gonna compare to organic stuff though. It'll get better probably, and it can be used as a tool. I don't see myself using it. Like we don't use, like I don't use autotune, and I respect as many singers like even Nati Peluso, like Rosalia. They use autotune like a tool. They don't need it by any means, but they use it to highlight a certain word being said or whatever, and I respect that. But I don't use it, for instance, so I don't really see us using it. But I don't think it could replace organic music. I don't know. What do you think, Doc?
I wouldn't go fucking near it.
I knew he was going to say something like that.
Yeah,
Real good.
No
I gave
chance.
the polite answer, and then he
Yeah.
the real
Well,
one.
it's
Yeah,
just honest. It's just you know, as far as I mean, I like AI for like, how do I plug this in without killing myself? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Chat
Ask,
GPT.
ask it questions that I don't know the answer to. But in terms
Yeah.
of using it as a creative tool, specifically for music, I mean, it's interesting about Drip because we've got involved in kind of having to design covers and sleeves for, you know, because it's an art as well. So that's been interesting. And I mean, my daughter's a graphic designer, and she kind of put me onto this thing called Touch Designer, I think. And it just basically like wobbles your still photographs about, and you can fuck with it. And I'm like, oh, this is fun, you know. But it's not AI; it's just a program. But I think I don't know if people. I mean, have views on the whole kind of industry. Remember, everyone was freaking out. You'll just get AI films, you'll get AI music, you'll get AI everything. You go, okay, but it'll just be shit because it'll just be derivative. You know, it's working
Well,
from
the
a
thing
template.
is, like, I agree with you to a point. The problem is, like, there's less of us than there are of like a consumer, right? So,
Yeah.
like, for example, like me and Frame have sat and like checked out these AIs as they progress, like these music AIs, and like when the newest version released, it made songs that like gave you chills, like made you have feelings. And that's the shit that scared me, because if AI is making you feel stuff, then it's over for the general stuff. You will still have niche people that like to collect albums from people who make music and prefer this thing. But when AI can give you those feelings instantly, the ones you want, you're like, I'm feeling like this and I want to feel like this. AI, make me a song, and it does it. I think that's a problem for us.
But then
Yeah,
how do you go about performing those live?
Exactly.
How did we get Tupac as a hologram? I mean,
Well,
10
and
years
ABBA.
ago, right? So,
it's not the same though.
pardon?
It's not the same as the real thing though. Like it'll never be.
Right, for us.
But as
But
Fresh
if you didn't
says,
know anything else,
yeah, it's a consumer, isn't it? I mean,
That scared me then.
Lou, a million people went to see ABBA on a tour recently, and they're all at home in fucking Sweden watching the TV. Do you know what I mean? It's just like AI ABBA, computer generated live shows. You know, it's just nuts. You know, it has gone. I mean, it's. I'll tell you what I was impressed with. I wish I could remember his name. He's friends with Grimes, right? He's maybe dating Grimes. It's this artist who is, and this is what I haven't gotten to the bottom of, and I wish I had his name because it's just going to sound like a half-assed fucking story, right? But he did a massive gig recently in that big enormous dome in Las Vegas. That's the remember U2 kind of did the first thing in it. It's an enormous
Atmosphere,
Is it
venue.
yeah.
DJ Anima?
Yeah, aye. Have you seen his backdrop, the digital art that he's got
Yeah.
going on? It blew my fucking mind, you know, the scale of it. You know, I just
Is-
thought this is impressive, you know.
Does
I
his
am impressed.
is his go 3D too? Because I've seen some where it's also 3D, like the screen
I
will come
believe
out
so.
and okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It's
Yeah, I've
Like
seen
he's
him.
got like a big robot.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah.
hologram behind him, and
Uh-huh.
it like reaches
Uh-huh.
over the stage and does crazy shit. It looks like a
Yeah.
almost like a marionette robot. It's crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
It's
And like,
incredible.
see, but this is where like I'm of two minds, right? If we as the creators embrace it and we take our passion and skill and we use it to create these really like extravagant things, I think that's really cool. I just
Yes.
think that like the problem becomes the ease of access. When little Timmy can go online and pump out 6 albums of AI music and him and all of his buddies listen to it and you guys never get plays, like
I
that to
know.
me doesn't make sense, right? Like why are we
No.
fostering this? But I've always said this, like we're as humans, we're doing this backwards. You don't want AI to do the creative thing so you have more time to work. You want AI to do the work so you have more time to create.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand how we even got here. I think we lost the
Yeah.
plot.
But
know.
I think it's part of the same problem that has always existed, and it's more of a modern problem. But like, there's so many talentless, really famous people that are products. That's basically what AI would be doing. It's what
Yep.
what already happens, and it's ultimately down to the audiences supporting it, supporting people who are just literally labeled products that have songs that are like, you see a 2-minute song and you think that it was just the guy who wrote it, and then you find out it's like 20 people behind it figuring out how to write a pop hit, and it's true, and it's like, oh, this isn't catchy,
Yes.
let's swap this word because it's catchier, let's make this melody because it will remind you of his other hit song. So
And if you can do it by yourself, these big labels come in, they buy your life and put you in a basement somewhere and don't let anybody know about you.
Yeah.
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 So
I
it's
know.
already happened. We just weren't aware of it. That's-
I remember years ago hearing this story about what were they called? Remember the British girl band Spice Girls, right? I knew an engineer whose friend was engineering one of the recording sessions, and so they'd been doing their vocals, right? I'll probably get fucking sued for this, but fuck off, I don't care. They were in doing their vocals, and obviously the engineers, and they've got Pro Tools and Melodyne, all the kind of pitching tools done. But what was going on was in a room next door or below them, there was somebody fucking doing a very quick edit of it first before it went to the mixed engineer had, or his DAW. So it didn't look as bad. Just looked like, just had a few bits to mix, So it was just like this whole, even the artist being fucking conned in the studio by technology, It's like,
Well, how many of these singers are fucking tone deaf? They're
Yeah.
like, oh, let's find this really beautiful woman who has no fucking business being on a stage because she can't sing to save her life,
Yeah.
and let's put a whole bunch of filters on it until it sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Because she's more likely to let us manipulate her. That's what I think, anyways, right? Like, if you actually have the talent, you're like, I don't really need you. But if you don't have the talent and all you want is to be famous and rich,
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a queue forming for that, And
mhm.
it's the same way, like there's this British thing happened, English, I suppose. But although this example I'm going to cite is a Scottish guy called Lewis fucking
Capaldi.
yes. So his
Love him.
delivery, his particular delivery, right?
That's who I was referring to, by the way, when I said there were 20 people, because I watched his documentary and he's the one I was referring to.
Yeah.
But again, this is why I like his story. I don't even listen to his music. He's got Tourette's and stuff. So I think that him getting up on stage, that stuff, that's really cool. So like as a person, love that guy. But again, as music,
also a product, because you wouldn't
Yeah.
imagine that. He's
Right?
a fucking product as well. They were
Right.
like,
But Lou, in his defense, he started out. He's
Come
singing
on.
in shit clubs. You know, he just got somebody spotted it. Somebody in Sony went, "This guy's a fucking star." You know, that's it.
Yeah.
His uncomfortableness, his ungainliness is sellable. They saw that. You know.
Yeah, but like you can't
But
tell me
what that spawned, there's a Lewis Capaldi genre now. There's young white guys singing, imitating his voice and his pronunciation of words, which is quite an odd thing. Some of his pronunciations, but it's almost like they're parroting how he sings a particular word. So there's a little mini industry kind of following him around, you know, and it's the main industry just try to cash in, you know.
Yeah, but he plays into it. You know,
I think he
where
played the game.
is shocking to me, because you don't imagine it. You would imagine it with someone like Adele, right? Like when you see a guy like Lewis, you're probably going to think it's more genuine. So it's really hard to tell, because they're really good at tricking you into thinking like, oh, I'm just a poor. No, you're fucking rich. Don't try to be relatable. You're not anymore, you know.
Well, see, I'm going to stand up for him every turn.
Come on.
The guy's just like, you know, this fame got thrust upon him. All he was doing was just singing, you know, and it freaked his fucking brain out, you know, and he's had to wrestle with that and, you know, figure it out. And he's went through hell, you know, just since that was thrust upon him. Up until that point, he was having a fucking ball. You know, on his Instagram and all that, and he was funny, and he just seemed to be able to handle it. But that constant pressure just chips away at you, you know, and it chipped away at him, and it just, you know, ruined his confidence and his ability to write songs. He's writing songs, he's taken them to the bunch of producers who are all going, it's not as good as that one though, is it, Lewis? You know, and I'm not so sure about that one. And you know, the guy had a breakdown, you know. A public mental breakdown, and it's just, I mean, imagine having to go through that. And that comes back to what you're saying. You've no interest in fame. I clearly have no interest in fame. I'm fucking almost dead. Do you know what I mean? So it's too late for me anyway. You know, so it's just we can say, we can just do what we want and nobody gives a fuck. And if we find an audience, that's tremendous. But we're not chasing anything, you know, other than just trying to make good work. And then I'll just rest in a box and people will come and piss on me, and that'll be that. Dogs.
Careful what you wish for, you know.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, you know, this little chink of light, I think, with the whole Web3 thing and artists having a modicum of independence is just like, it's invigorating. It's reinvigorated me to kind of, and us to just go, let's just put this out on Thursday, you know.
Yep.
It's great. And I just wish I could meet more people in real life other than in chat boxes and on little screens on my computer to actually, you know, celebrate it or, you know, and encourage it, you know. It's just it's moving very slowly here.
Yeah, our ultimate goal is to get Vibu to pay for a full studio and fly all the guests in so we can actually have like a full in-person podcast. So yeah,
That's amazing.
Let's see. Another idea I floated across with multiple artists is we should start doing like drip shows.
Yeah.
You know, if there's a bunch of artists in one area that live in that area or whatever, start putting together drip artist shows. And then
I mean, since it's all online, I think the natural progression is metaverse shows where like we record performances by a couple of artists and you play them on a screen on a stage in like a metaverse.
Yeah. I had a conversation with someone fresh. I don't know. I can't remember who it was. I was in one of these. It was an ex-drip space kind of conversation, and I was saying, I says, what? I mean, could it handle? I says, I know it doesn't mean anything to anyone else, but it's exciting for us because we've been making music together for like how long? 4 years or something, right? And we haven't been in the same room. And this in June, end of June, for July and like the beginning of August, we're just going to be in the studio for like 5 weeks. So could Drip facilitate a thing where we perform live from the studio on Drip, you know, And there was one or two people who were there that kind of, you know, are behind the scenes or whatever. This is, they don't have the bandwidth, or they couldn't do that quite yet, but they liked the idea. And I just thought,
So I will say, I don't know, I might get in trouble for saying this, but fuck it. We have talked to Vibu about this multiple times, and like, because again, like we do this podcast, but also like I'm part of another podcast, and we want to do these live on Drip. And it's not just like it will be possible eventually, like it is part of the plan is to be able to have like basically anything you can do on Patreon, right? So you could live stream, you could whatever, any of those things you're going to be able to do on Drip.
Yeah. And I just like the idea as well, Fresh, is the exclusivity of it. Do you know what I mean? If you're not on Drip, you won't see this. So it's for the people who take part in it, you know, and it's so, and there's that air because of that exclusivity. It's like, you know, and we wouldn't, because of our ethos regarding the stuff that we release on Drip, we wouldn't then take that video recording and then put up on YouTube. Or we just like, no, this is just for the Drip people, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I think, I mean, I can't see us changing. I think I just like the idea of that. It allows us a kind of straight road in terms of how we appreciate our work.
A female version of Lewis Capaldi, and you won't catch me on Drip anymore.
You could become a female version of Lewis Capaldi, like really famous, you mean? And rich?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, getting 20 producers to tell me what to do.
So I hate to be this guy, but Lou, you're actually wrong about Lewis. I just did a little deep diving on him, and like for example, his song "Someone You Love" took him like 6 months to write, and he wrote it on his own. He does have producers. There's like, I mean, there's a list of all the songs that he writes, and he does have like Ed Sheeran write with him as he writes with Ed Sheeran on Ed's albums. I think that's a little different than like going behind the scenes and getting like Red One to create a whole song for you and stuff like that. Like, I think that they're kind of two different things.
Watch his documentary and you will see exactly what scene I'm talking about.
She's not wrong, Fresh. Iggy Azalea, one of her, was it Fancy, was wrote by like 6-7 different people. Like 7 different people. I'm not saying that they're not, right? That song.
After that, Someone You Loved came out, which he wrote on his own, he just kept trying to recreate that same feeling. He talked about it in his documentary, and there is a scene where there are like 6 other producers with him, and they're like, yeah, this sounds good, but how can we make it more easy to consume? Like there's an actual scene that he put out in his documentary, so I'm guessing he's okay with people knowing that, maybe because he wants to show the dark side of like fame and trying to keep up the success and everything. I'm not saying that he's a bad person or anything. I'm just saying that he became a product, and I think that he's aware of it.
I guess I just think that like eventually that becomes the thing for any artist. Like when you get to that scale, you just like you run it by your team to see like, is there anything that we could do to make this a little better, right? And like I understand what you're saying. However, respectfully, I just disagree.
But you choose that. You're not. No one puts a gun in your head to say you have
but
to.
It's not less genuine though. This is the thing is, you do choose it, but it's not less genuine. Like he wrote the song, and if you change a couple words, it doesn't change the whole song. If you change the placement of a hook or change whatever, like it doesn't change the whole song. And the engineer at the end of the day, or a team of engineers, has more control over that anyways, right?
To me, the point I was trying to get across is that once you start trying to change a song to make it more easy to consume, or to make it you think it's going to be more radio friendly, you're not creating for the purpose of creating and for making art. You're creating so that it gets sold. And once he already had reached a point where he was rich, he didn't need to do that. And there wasn't a gun to his head to do that. He chose to do that because he wanted more money. And that's part of it.
That's very harsh. Very harsh.
I agree. I agree. I think that two things can be true, right? I think that you can love making music. You can do it for the love of it. But I don't think that like wanting to sell more, I don't think is necessarily a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. It's just a different thing. And it's not connected to art. It's not connected to, okay, I wrote this song, this is exactly how it should be, and then they go, yeah, but this would sell more. Okay, let's go with that. That's not an art-based decision.
Lou,
So
you sound like an old guy I know who tells me every time I meet him. He says, "Your music's not real. You falsify it." I says, "Fucking shut up, man. What you on about?" He says, "Well," he says, "it's not natural, is it? You go into the studio and you fucking tweak it and you do that with your buttons and all that kind of thing." He's taking the piss, obviously, but that's his mantra. You start to sound like him. I'm going to have a word with you when you get here. and introduce you to Lewis Capaldi.
Yeah,
No,
you
I
can't
like
disrespect
him.
the Scottish legend like that, right?
No,
Like,
Yeah,
I like him.
exactly.
I like him. I think he's funny and everything, but I stand by what I said, and I think he would agree with me more than you guys.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying that he's not a product. I just think that like two things can be true. I don't like to live in absolutes, and I think that like I see him as a product second. I see him as somebody who got thrust into being a product, and I definitely think that like he accepted it. Yes, he's an adult. He accepted it. He made the choice to be the product, but I ultimately think that decision was made in order to continue to make music and make that possible for himself. And then again, I think at the end of the day, like maybe being a product and making music just for the art is different for you, but I don't think that it has to be.
Okay. I could keep going. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
The ends are justifying the means.
Yeah.
He's doing one that he has to do so that he can do a bunch more that he wants to do.
I mean, it's a game, you know. Ultimately, when you get into that level of it, you've just entered. You know the rules. You know what you have to. You know what needs to do, what you need to do when you get there. You could elect to go, fuck this, I'm not doing that, and then what you've spent your life kind of working on to basically fundamentally have as many people as possible hear your music. You're just going to like reject that, and it's a really difficult decision to make.
Yeah, for me personally, I always chose not to do anything related to music or to things that I truly feel connected to, in a way that didn't feel genuine to me. Like I could have chose the path of like trying to be Taylor Swift or whatever. I could have done that. I could have been like, okay, what are the reggaeton girls doing? I'll do that, and then eventually I'll get to do the type of music I actually want to do. Like that's literally what Lady Gaga did. But I chose a regular job and to be able to make the music that I actually like doing. So it just depends. I'm not saying one is better than the other though, so that you don't come for me.
I got your back. I got your back, Luke. I got your back in this argument here.
Thanks, Graham. Now I see why you get canceled. I would get canceled. I'm glad I'm not on.
Yeah, I get canceled. It's YouTube everywhere, but it's all right. They can't get rid of me. They can cancel me, but they can't get rid of me. I'm a cockroach. All right. Anyway,
Hey, yo.
Oh,
I think it's case by case basis, right? Now, if Lewis was doing it because he wanted to extend his music career, that's one thing. But why did he want to extend his music career? And this could go for a lot of artists where they have drug habits.
So if I give you a logical reason why he wanted to extend his music career, will you accept it?
Me?
No, Frame, because he's asking the question. So he wanted to extend his career because he has Tourette's. So he only gets to make music for as long as the Tourette's lets him, which is no longer, by the way. He doesn't make music anymore.
But
Has he actually stopped?
Right,
Yeah,
but
he stopped.
everybody's on a clock though. You can't. That's not really.
Yeah, but his clock was a lot shorter, right? Like his clock was shortened. Yeah, his clock got shortened. He got a couple good years.
Form of
yeah, but so did Tupac's.
I know Billie Eilish has too, and probably a milder form of it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Really
so I would say that that's likely why he was pushing for let's make more money, let's do as much as we can now, because again, like he knew his time was running out. At that time is around the time where he's going on stage and the crowd is finishing the song for him because he can't. His Tourette's is acting up and he can't. Right. So I'd say likely that had a lot to do with that decision.
Right. So this is the case of Lewis, right? But in a lot of other cases, you can't deny that there are drug habits that drive artists. Or even as most recent news and example, there are Diddy's diddling artists who get
God.
them to do
Bro.
things.
I'll clarify right now. Overall, on the overarching sentiment, I agree with Lou.
okay.
I just
There you
think
go.
that Louis Capaldi is a bad example of that. This is my only point in this, right? And like, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse because it doesn't really matter. Overall, I agree with you, Lou. I think that this is generally where the industry is, and generally it's not people like Lewis, even where like even if he's not doing it now, at one point he did it just for the love of music. I think most of the people in it, they just got picked and now they're put in position and they pump out whatever the industry generates for them.
The reason I chose him as an example is because you wouldn't expect him. Like, I'm saying, like, even artists that you see as genuine and you're like, oh wow, like he's in it for, like, he's a true artist, they can be products too without you knowing. And the reason I chose him as an example is because I actually watched his documentary and I realized that from what he decided to put out, I didn't know anything regarding like to him not making music anymore, or like the extreme Tourette's. Like I don't know about that, but that's the point I was trying to get across. Like, you never know. And it was connected to the AI thing, so I think like we definitely went somewhere else with it.
Tangential.
Oh, I'm Mr. Tangent, so
Well, imagine
bring it all the way back to April 4 then. And with what you guys are doing on Drip now, you have a spoken word with
yeah,
a background soundscape.
yeah.
You want to talk about what that all entails?
Fuck yeah, okay. I mean, it was spawned a few months ago from a dream I had. I sound like fucking what's supposed to a guy got thrown out of Fleetwood Mac because he was mental. What was his name? Peter Green.
Don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I just woke up. I felt I had to write this thing down, and I went back to sleep, and then Blue and I were having a conversation, and I says, I've got this thing. I says, I don't know what it is yet, but there's something interesting because you were in the dream. You know, she was in the dream, and I was traveling through this kind of like landscape I didn't know, and you couldn't see the sun. And there was just dust everywhere, and it was kind of fucked. It was kind of post-apocalyptic type setting. And the conversation went on to, it was like a letter to someone. It was a letter to someone that you didn't know that they would receive the letter. So what we started to do, Lou wrote a letter back to me, not knowing if I would receive that letter. So that happened 13 times. And then something distracted us and we just stopped. But it stopped at quite an interest. What, 12?
Yeah, because you didn't respond to the.
Yeah, okay, I didn't respond. But there are 13 pieces, 13 letters.
wait,
right?
why did you
read?
He waited until 13 and left her on red. Damn.
And I came back. I was like, why are you not answering?
Yeah, I can't remember what I said. I think my head went somewhere else, and I just didn't. I don't know. I looked at it and I thought that's quite a good place to leave it, actually. So we didn't know what to do with it, and we thought it might be an idea. We might get a song out of it or something. But over time, we just thought this could be just a spoken word thing where I speak my letters and Lou speaks her letters, and I put a kind of soundtrack to it, and it is very fucking bleak, you know. So that we found that very appealing. So we just did it. We just did that, and we thought, let's just put this. Let Drip can have this. You know?
You're gonna release one letter a week, or
one every 3 days. The first one ends tonight at like midnight my time, and then the second one will go up.
You want to play that one? Fresh?
The first,
Is it called The Last Sun?
The Last Sun,
Okay.
I was in your country when everything collapsed. I was supposed to drive the camper across land I never knew, and the men in the village smoked and laughed at me. A child made faces at me in her mother's arms, and I asked the woman to call you to come with me. I'd never find my way back on my own. I cried as we listened to a radio show when someone famous but unknown to me was on, and the caller called and recounted tales of his childhood. It was his father. I sobbed as I drove across brown, dry dirt and past your cousin's house. He swam in the river and there were sand dunes beneath the electric blue water. What looked like a tropical 5-fruit twister-coloured porpoise followed him and veered off. The sand dunes crumbled and fell as they moved above them. I couldn't stop crying. The heat of the sun hit broken trucks and parched us, unseen through dust grey skies, unseen for months. We knew we'd never see it again, and the radio crackled and disappeared as the famous man broke down, and nothing was ever the same.
That was great, bro. That was great.
Very Brian Eno-ish.
Eno?
The sounds.
Yeah, I've stuck mics outside my flat window to record traffic in the past, man. So I'm up there with Yeah.
It's kind of like, have you found God Cloud yet on Drip? He's a producer who does the drum
finger
machine
drumming, yeah,
all over the place, anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
I think stuff like that and what you're doing there with the spoken letter, spoken word, this is perfect for Drip. This is the stuff that really will, because you can't really put a focus on it on any other platform like you can with Drip.
Yeah, I agree.
So this is like the stuff that artists needed to keep doing and pushing the envelope. And I think both the congealedness of that and Drip together, we can really go far with reaching a lot of people instead of just traditional put a song out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope so. It seemed very natural for this to be on Drip for us. It just seemed, it's like expression. It's like we felt pushed to come up with artwork, so we're feeling pushed to come up with interesting ways of presenting, sound that we make.
Right.
How do you come up with the visuals?
Generally, I mean, for the visuals for this, because it's 13 pieces, I wanted 13 pieces of artwork, and I wanted to kind of represent the decline in color in the sky over that period, or over each piece. And I was so I had a conversation with Belle, my daughter, about it, and she said, well, why don't you look on Pantone and just find colors that the Pantone paint people, whatever. And see if you can get, just choose some, just so you've got that visual representation in front of you. And so I did that, and she says, just send me them. And what she did was she took the format of the Pantone, like the box, the rectangle with the color, and the whatever the color's called underneath it. So that became April 4, The Last Sun, April 4, each track, kind of thing, and just the simplicity of that I really liked. But then I realized, like, this grey is very grey, and Drip is a very colourful world. So I thought, we need to have, a different version here and there. So I just threw each of those stills with the track, the episode title, into that program Touch Designer I was talking about. And I don't know how to work that. I just fuck around with it and record what I fuck around with. And then I just, I pull that file into Final Cut and just pick bits and just stick the audio on, and then just like that, like move on to the next one.
Cool.
Yeah,
So-
our music is very visual, I feel like. At least for me, when I listen to what we do, I kind of close my eyes and think about like scenes of movies that don't exist. And we started talking about how this would be if it were to have some sort of visual representation. It felt very post-apocalyptic, kind of like the world ended. And we're trying to reach one another, maybe talking to a radio or something. But we're not actually able to talk to each other. So we're just trying to, until I don't hear back. We talked about how we could do this, and we had so many ideas, but then it comes down to budget, and it's hard to actually bring these ideas to life. And that's where Belle, Doc's daughter, has been really helpful in helping, in allowing us to find representations that do the music justice, but aren't too ambitious to pull,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we do all our own. We just edit and film all our own videos as well. We don't have any backing. Do you know what I mean? In this project, it's just like we're just doing it ourselves. So you just adapt, don't you? You just go, right, we need a video for this. Like, okay, how will we do it? And I'm always like, Lou, it has to be you because you're the face, you're the vocalist. You're much fucking better look than me. Do you know what I mean? So,
What? Come
on.
on.
People don't want to see old guys with their specs on,
I thought you were the selling point, bro.
Yeah. Don't you take the specs off and do that, and then you just become beautiful? Yeah, look at, oh my gosh.
What about that, eh? What about fucking that? So again, it pushed us to kind of be creative with like limited skills and knowledge about different art forms, and it's great. I find it so rewarding. I love messing around with Final Cut, not knowing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I've got the basics in my head, and I just work away at it. But it's just, I mean, but Lou's a very visual writer. Her lyrics, like the whole of the second album that we're going to record the vocals for in the summer. It's like a concept album, old school concept album. The thread runs from start to finish. It's like the letters, like the spoken word thing. It starts somewhere, ends somewhere, and it's all tied up.
Yeah, but this album is even more so. It's an actual story. Like
there are, but we do mess with abstract concepts and letters, but yeah. So I think when she, when I sent her a piece of music and she's I know what the second album's going to be about, it just blows my mind. I'm like, fuck, and I feel as if I'm writing to that. I'm writing to the narrative, which is an unusual position for me as a instrumentalist, producer, musician, whatever the fuck, to do. But as I said, I've written music for film and theatre, so I've got, I kind of understand that world a bit, but for it to be realised just as music, though, it makes it a little bit different again. But it's just, I love being pushed, and I just and that idea of coming up with 12 songs that start off with, virtually Once Upon a Time. And it's like, and they all lived unhappily ever fucking after. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's great, It's a great kind of inspiration to have,
Yeah.
Have you?
Well, I mean, the sound design in that letter, the last son, it's beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
Thank you.
I feel like it really helps you to feel every word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love hearing Doc because it's always me and I get tired. of my words, you know, like it's always my words, it's always my stories. And I'm 26, so it's like I can't possibly have infinite stories to tell yet, you know. So it's very beautiful to read Doc, because I honestly feel that he's a very, very good songwriter. And sometimes I miss that, and sometimes I ask him to join like on a few songs, and there's a few songs that we have that he's written words for, and it's always very beautiful. And I like The Lost Son and every letter that he wrote, because I'm not in it, but you can hear my letters kind of inspired from what he does in his own right. And it's just beautiful to everyone has their own style. Doc is very descriptive with his words. He kind of like sets the tone, and he describes certain objects that make you like actually go there, whereas more I describe more of feelings and things like that. So it's a very good, I think that the letters complement each other very well in that sense.
Have you
I'm excited
done,
to hear the next one.
Have you
Oh.
done any vocals together on anything yet,
Yeah.
or tried that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
force Doc to. He never asks. He never wants to. But I always do. I'm always like, please try whenever it makes sense. And one of my favorite songs that we have is from the second album. And the chorus is us singing together, and we cry every time we hear it, because it's
It's ridiculous. I know.
so beautiful. We only do it when it makes sense. I think that for the first album we have maybe two where your vocals are involved. Sometimes it's just backing vocals, because I like that balance between female and male voices blending together. And but yeah, it's not often, but sometimes it, especially live, because my songs are I do a lot of like backing vocals, like I do different. So live, I don't like to do that. I don't like to have backing tracks. I like to just work with what we have. So Doc sometimes takes the lower one, so live you get to hear him more, and that's always also very fun.
So letter 13, the reply, will that be a duet on that one vocally?
No, man, no,
He left
bleakly.
me
Frame.
on red.
I know, but there's got to be.
Brother, he was like, I'm
It's
done.
called it's called No Reply.
Yeah, the last one is called No Reply.
It's called No Reply. I don't
Yeah.
even reply.
Yeah,
Even
that's
after like 10 years later, you're not going to come back and revisit it
I
and
hope
drop
so.
the
I hope he
reply
gets
finally. The reply finally comes.
I hope so.
Yo, do you know how good that would be though? Like in
Yeah,
10
yeah.
years, you drop the reply like, I finally found a way to get to you. I'm coming.
Interstellar vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 2. Season 2.
Yeah. I want that. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But it felt like a very good place to end it. But I was sad that I didn't get a reply.
I know. Even your tone on No Reply, it's like, okay, fucker, where are you? Do you know
I'm
what I mean? It's like
essentially
that.
crying. Yeah.
I know. It's good. I know.
That's awesome.
Is there anywhere that I can listen to these songs that have the both of you on them?
We haven't released those yet, Fresh. This is the next album.
There's
I mean-
one that's called Felt, by the way, but you can hear Doc only at the end saying, I know you're broken with me. You can find that on Spotify and basically anywhere.
Oh, Felt. I forgot about Felt.
Yeah. We also have like a live session that's called Across Hemispheres, and you can find that on YouTube too. And Doc sings with me for little bits where I'm saying like I wanted to highlight certain things, and so he joined me briefly.
What about that new thing we just did for that Bizarre Future London thing? What was that? What we did Muse and we did what was the other
We did
one?
Hologram. But
Hologram.
are you singing? Yeah, you
I'm
are
singing.
singing a little bit. It's
A little
kind of
bit.
scary. Yeah.
It's a little bit scary, is it?
Yeah. I get sometimes I get scared with his tone.
Well, like I'm a serial killer. That kind of tone. That kind of tone.
I don't want to talk
Whoa.
anymore. I feel like I'll get so canceled after this.
I'm gonna say your toboggan and hoodie definitely don't help the serial killer argument.
You're right. You're right. I know. Plus, I also have an array of knives to my left here as well.
Okay. Not drawing very far for that.
I mean, I have my own little Dexter Morgan pack of knives too, but
Yeah.
I've got.
They're actually like they're Damascus steel with the wooden handle.
Wow.
They're beautiful, but
Yeah.
Am
I
I
digress.
crazier because I have like full on swords within reach of me?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you definitely
fucking weed?
win.
I got my bong within reach.
Do you got your waifu anime pillow next to you too, Frame?
No, the dog's over there humping that like normal.
Oh my god.
You guys post a lot of behind the scene kind of Instagram videos and stuff. Yes, there seems to be a
Well,
lot
Lou
of
does.
stuff on Instagram.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I left Drip in the hands of Doc, so I took over Instagram. Sometimes I neglected though for like 3 months. But yeah, we have some of that. We have the video I like the most on there is the one that kind of like narrates our story when I was in Scotland, and there's footage of little 19-year-old me singing in Doc's room.
Bedroom
Yeah.
/ studio, the usual.
Yeah, the usual. And it's quite nice, and there's a few of those that kind of help you understand our story a little bit better,
Cool.
dynamics, which I think you can get the idea of.
We've tried the diary thing a little bit, just experimented with trying to do a diary thing on Drip. And Lou done a few, and she's like, "Fuck, do you want to do one?" And I just ran. I'm just like a mate, I was like a fool, walking around the countryside. So I don't know if we'll do many more of those. I don't feel it offers very much value. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather just,
I liked your rambles though.
oh, it's just embarrassing. It's just like,
It's not.
I don't think it's for public consumption. Do you know what I mean? I don't really think that's what it's for.
Look, I felt the same way about myself for the longest time. I'm like, listen, I'm the friend that you're like, like the crinkly bag of chips in a quiet show, like you don't want to enjoy that friend in front of everybody. But then I made content and everybody's like, well, let's check out this guy. So I think that you should continue it, man.
Yeah.
I still feel like you're salt and vinegar, but that's all right.
Salt and vinegar.
Yeah, chips.
Call
Not
me
that many
sour.
people. Not that many people like you. That's what I meant.
I mean, that's crazy, bro. I love salt and vinegar chips. I didn't even know that was like a bad thing.
It is for your heart.
It's
Oh,
for
that's
your heart.
That's just
Yeah.
salt, right?
That's the salt, yeah. I quite like salt and vinegar crisps. Right?
Fucking bunch of old fucks sitting around talking about our salt levels. It's crazy. Well, look, I don't often do this because I'm like burning the candle at both ends and stretched as thin as you can stretch yourself. But if you guys need any help with with the visuals and stuff, I'm in. Just let me know and I'll help you guys.
Cool.
Not the
We
vocals,
should
though.
Not the vocals. You don't want me singing.
We should connect on Drip. And I know I've got Eustache in a little chat, but if you guys are on it, just so we can it'd be good to keep in touch anyway, and
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I've really enjoyed like chatting with you all, and it's been fun.
Likewise.
I would love to collab with you guys on a song at some point.
Oh
collab
yes, man.
I don't know how many Drip artists at this point, but I've got.
Are you like, listen, I know that you have dynamic style, Frame, but are you able to get to that state of mind to make music that will fit with what they make?
I got a couple of different
That's what we want to see.
Smoke. Yeah, I got a
That's
couple
what we want
of
to
different
see.
I got a good sativa that'll get me there, I think. Make it work. No, yeah, it would be interesting because my style is nothing like that. So it would be interesting to see what we come up with.
What kind of?
Yeah, what kind of stuff do you do?
It's all
very push the boundary of speech in hip hop. Like say the most outlandish shit that sounds good together and like I don't know, bro. Honestly, he's great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow, that's the best I've ever gotten out of Fresh. It was great. Wow. It's a good day today. Wow.
Like,
Holy
no, listen, I always bust his balls. Like I always bust his balls, but I'm the one who pushed him to get back into making music. So
Yeah, he actually is the person who got it.
Yeah.
I took like you said, Lou, you took a 4-year hiatus. I took a 10-year hiatus. And then it was
Jesus.
this guy who's pushing me back into it. So
this guy didn't even tell me whatever. He would like say stories, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Then I did my FBI research on him, and I found this guy's old music, and I start playing it. I'm like, this is better than all the music now. Like, get back to making music now.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean,
What's your drip name? Frame
Music.
Frame Music. Cool.
Keep
Cool,
it simple.
okay.
Keep it simple.
Yeah. There's no point
What's a
fucking
song
around.
you would like us to listen to?
What song would I like y'all to listen to? I'm trying to think first. I dropped 2 albums and 2 mixtapes last year. Like, I dropped over 50 songs.
But
I
like,
think.
do you
And
have
I
like
dropped-
a song that you feel if I had to listen to a song by you, which one would you want me to listen to? I like all sorts of music. Don't freak
I
out.
feel like the cliche answer would be "Salami in My Wallet" because that's like that was the first song I dropped on Drip and pretty much my most successful song on Drip so far.
Okay, I'll listen to that one then.
Yeah,
I'm putting in
I
Frame
wrote
Music.
down the first words
Okay.
because then it was.
it's Framework Fortune. He doesn't even know his own channel.
Oh fuck.
What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
what
not
is
Frame Music. Whoops. Well,
It's Frame WK Fortune, not even work, if that's what that WK means.
right.
yeah, no, the WK does mean work. It was shortened.
No,
because of Twitter.
it's back now. It's all the way to work now on Drip.
Yeah.
Oh,
It says work again.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
if you Google Framework Fortune, the full thing, it'll pull up all my brand on YouTube of trading in the stock market and all kinds of different things. But
Oh, okay.
got it.
yeah,
I see your collection of bulls.
yes. All you gotta do is look for the golden bull or any bull. Pretty much, I have
I
locked
found the
in
golden
the
bull.
bull artist on Drip. Anybody that releases bulls, they have to ask me if they can do it now. I'm just kidding. I'm the bull authority on Drip.
That's
The
the way it
bulls
should
are.
be.
The bulls are.
The bulls.
On Instagram Fresh, I expect a little video of me going against Lewis and you defending him. I expect nothing less.
We get it. Listen, stick around.
we need
There'll
a
be
Drip
plenty more
music.
debates.
What?
Huh?
What's that?
I was saying, stick around. There'll be plenty more debates. We usually have at least 3 every episode of Drip Music. So it's amazing. We've only had 1 so far.
Well, this is why I'm offering my visual art services, right? Because 1 is a record. Nobody ties me down to 1. Even Vibu, I argue with more than that. So
Really?
I'm a shit disturber, right? So like I'll take the devil's advocate position, even if I don't believe it,
Yeah, he does that all the time. But he
Right.
hates it
and
when
then
we do
fight it
to
like my life depends on it too.
No, the worst thing is when you believe you're right and you realize you're wrong midway through the thing, and you have to. Oh man.
That's me all
See,
the
but
time.
I'll bite the bullet, right? Because like unless I'm doing it on purpose, like if I realize I'll be like, oh fuck, I was wrong. Like I have to because
Yeah, no,
it's
I'm
just gonna get worse.
Nope, double down. Don't backtrack it. Just double down and keep going.
gaslighting.
I gaslight them. Switch it up. No, what do you mean? That's not even what I said. You're not even saying what I'm saying.
I agree with you. I thought you were
Yeah.
saying the opposite. Love Lewis. What do you mean?
So you brought back Lewis up. Doc's over his blood's boiling again. But I have a feeling that like the next controversial statement that really get Doc going is if I said Bono wrote his last song with Chat GPT.
Who?
Fucking Bono.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I don't know.
He's still alive?
I don't know what your
Oh
feelings
my
are.
God, Fresh.
I mean, to me, Bono's a cunt. You know what I mean? That's
Okay, okay. I thought maybe
that's
I heard you mention Bono
I didn't think you
earlier,
were
so I
gonna
thought
actually
because
say
that's
that,
it.
'cause
What?
I didn't think you were gonna go ahead and say it.
But he is though, so there's no getting away from it.
Agreed.
My dad loves him though.
yeah,
Your
my mom
dad.
does too.
I
I
actually
know that's
Yeah.
what
listened
Doc was like. He was going. He
live
loved
under a blood
Bono.
red sky
You mentioned
today
him.
on album.
No. Duck
Was that
You
Stash?
guys, like,
That's
don't
such a hater.
put your horrible music tastes out in the public like that. Don't ever let people know you listen to that guy.
Who
Like,
listens to
music's
Bono?
so bad that Apple had to stick a U2 album on your iPad that you couldn't remove.
You're
That's how
Fucking
bad
hell.
it was.
No,
I
it
know,
Like-
I know.
was like a
But that,
stain
but
on
that
the
album,
soul, wasn't
Live
it?
Under a Blood Red Sky, is great.
Is it?
Oof, I don't know, Stash. I can't agree with you, bro.
But Stash, the album that Fresh is talking about, it was like the newest album, whenever the fuck that was, and it was like, you know, it was like
Yeah,
a
it
poison.
automatically came on in your iTunes. You couldn't get rid of it.
Yeah, you couldn't get rid of it.
It was terrible too.
It was horrific.
Yeah,
Just
most of them are, but there's a couple
Yeah.
right at the beginning that were really good.
well, early on. I mean, probably I don't know how long. I mean, but I don't want to give them any credit for music he made 40 years ago.
He's
No,
not even the
different-
same
he's
guy.
a different-
He
he's
doesn't
a
even
different
share a
human.
single cell with that guy.
No, absolutely not.
Are you
Absolutely
saying
not.
that Bono died and he is now a clone that's walking?
No, I'm saying
around?
every 7 years, all the cells in your body regenerate. So I'm saying he doesn't share a single cell with the Bono that wrote those and played those songs.
So
Have you
Bono's
had-
respawned 7 times.
Did you put a black light over him to figure that out?
Yes,
Are you sure there was no cells left anywhere? He is a rock star.
not one.
Oh,
Actually, I lied. There was one cocaine cell from 1973,
God.
just one atom of a cocaine.
but I stole it. I'm trying to recreate it. Change
Yeah.
the game back.
Not alchemy, crackamy.
Hmm.
Are there any Drip creator music wise on Drip that you found that you absolutely love?
No.
Yes, I fucking love it.
I'm so glad that they hadn't found me yet before this question was asked.
Exactly,
It was stated
exactly.
live on.
Exactly. Obviously, Frame will be the first person that will.
Yeah.
We love Frame.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
see?
love Frame.
Awesome, perfect.
And I haven't heard the fucking note, but we love him.
Yeah. They signed
Yeah.
NDAs too. I get everybody to sign NDAs to say this.
Yeah. I tell you what, I'm a little bit surprised, and I don't give a fuck what people think, but I mean, what I found about the Drip music content is it's very generic in terms of everybody. There's a lot of the same,
Yeah.
right? And it's a genre I didn't really know existed. To me, it was like in my time, I would refer to it as lounge music, but now it's lounge music, but with like scratchy beats.
What is it?
You know-
Lounge?
Lounge, yeah.
Lounge,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
You know,
It's spacey lounge music.
Spacey
I was just
lounge
making sure
music,
that was the word he was saying. I
Yeah,
didn't know
yeah.
if it was
I know
lounge
my
or something
accent's
else.
fucked up sometimes.
Well,
but
I am
yeah.
in the South in the United States. My accent's fucked up too. So we're kind of speaking, even though we're both speaking English, we're really not to each
Yeah,
other. We're speaking two different
no.
languages.
I know. So I was hoping to find people that were doing a bit more interesting work, and I haven't found that yet. So that's been. But we did do a collaboration with someone because there's a Drip collaboration album we got invited to do with, and we worked with this guy Yoshi. He's based in Uruguay, I think, which helped because Lou and him could speak, and he didn't need to try and fucking figure out what I was
Well,
saying.
it was crazy though because we didn't know what language to speak in, so we do both.
Yeah.
So you did the songs in both languages?
No, well,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
okay.
Actually, yes.
Just
Actually,
conversation, just when we're trying to
Funny
discuss.
conversation too. It's like, hola, ¿cómo estás, Yoshi? I hope you're doing well. Bueno, te quería contar. And no one gets it. If you don't know both, you don't understand. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go,
So
go.
yeah, so we did one track with him, and it was a track that we had, and he kind of did something, you know, the back end of the track kind of thing, which was really nice, you know. It's just Yeah, I've yet to hear an individual artist or a collaborative outfit that are doing something that really rocks me, you know. But I haven't heard everyone, but it was just an observation I made about that type of genre that seems to be, you know, very
Plentiful.
yes.
Do you think it's because of, are you having a hard time because of lack of discovery for music artists in particular on Drip, or?
Possibly, but I do type in music artists, you know, I do type in music that I'm looking for musicians, you know, and it just the same ones keep coming up. So I don't know if that's a drip thing. I don't know if that's a, what do you call it, an
The
algorithm
algorithm,
thing.
yeah.
I don't know how much of that is deployed with the way that it's ran, but
So the same artists keep coming up, is what you're saying?
on just when you mentioned, yes, on the discovery page, it's you know, or like music trending, whatever, it's the same. But obviously they're trending because they're selling them, you know, more people are buying, so that makes sense. It's almost like a top 10 chart, I
Yeah,
suppose.
who's most popular?
Yeah,
Right, but there's no to see like new artists.
I struggle to find new artists, you know. And also there's that thing as well. You become overwhelmed if you just get like a page after page of, and it's all music. Like, where do I start here? You know, and obviously what your brain goes, right, okay, what art do I like represent? So, you know, and I find a lot of the art quite similar as well. So it's a little bit, it feels a little bit foggy. Do you mean? So I
Yeah.
find it hard to discern, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Who to choose, and then when I press the box, it's like, you know, you open an advent calendar, there's the fucking chocolate inside. You know, it's going to be chocolate. You know, it's like that
Right.
with the music. It's like, oh, it's that sound of music. Oh, it's that music again. Oh, it's that music again. And I go, oh, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to go and, you know,
Do something else.
just catch a sheep. You know.
Back to the sheep again.
Yeah,
You gotta leave
just
your sheep.
bed in for the night. You know.
You gotta leave your sheep alone, man. Come on, man.
I mean, I will one day, you know, but
One day he's a sheepaholic. This is too much. Where's the
Sheepaholic.
Sheepaholic Anonymous at? We need to get this going right now. This is now turned into sheepavention. Everybody,
Sheep intervention.
bring your shears and your Bibles. We got to save this man.
Yeah,
Well, you know
please
what they
do.
say, right? Sinning sounds like freedom until you try to quit.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Oh,
That's it.
So, all right. There's a lot of
holy
sheep
shit!
stories
It's
in the Bible.
420.
Oh wow, it is 420. Yeah.
What does that mean? Oh, it's 2020 here, which is always a good sign. I love symmetry.
Oh, you don't have a 420 in Scotland?
No, we 24-hour clock only, man. We're in the next dimension. We don't fuck around with like 8:20.
Fresh, you're not making any noise.
You guys don't smoke weed at 1620?
Oh, 420. Oh, I see. That was a reference. I mean, if I was to do that now, like if it was 4:20 p.m., that'd be me for the rest of the night. You know, I'd be fucked.
Oh man.
It's 4:20 p.m. now.
When I wake up, I light up the joint from last night, sit in the bath, answer my emails like I'm Rev Run,
Listen,
smoke another joint, get
He's
out,
over-
jump on the computer, roll a blunt.
he's over in his library taking baths and drinking Crown Royal in a glass.
Living the
Like
good
you
life,
want.
baby.
Yeah, I can see that. I used to be able to do that. I just don't have the stamina anymore. I've got sheep to tend to now, man. You know?
The stamina is going all to the sheep. It is confirmed. There is no extra stamina. The sheep. That sheep impersonation is incredible.
Who was that?
That was Stash. Something you said when we were talking about the music discovery on Drip that kind of made me realize something. Music has to really have its own discovery, right? Because it's not like art of paintings. There's different types of paintings or whatever, but all paintings are paintings in a way. Whereas music, you have whole different genres that it has to be divided into because people want to look at for different genres. People don't like to want to listen to all genres. That's why multiple genres exist. So maybe that's something in the futures we could get a little focus on drip for music
So
artists.
I agree with you, except for there's only one problem with this shit.
What's that?
You expect a bunch of idiots to correctly label the genre that they're putting out, right? Like 99% of the people that are dropping shit are trying to push out as much as they can to collect as many droplets as they can, right? So like the 1% of people who are actually dropping music on that correct genre may even still get buried.
Got a better chance though.
Yeah, I mean better than no discovery.
Currently,
That's for
yeah,
sure.
better than now.
Do you have any numbers on how many actual musicians or music artists are on drip?
And I asked,
No,
they don't keep
no.
that stat.
They don't.
No.
Oh. Not even a ballpark kind of guide.
They just have a total creators like.
I see. Okay. So you could be anything in that.
Yeah.
That's
And
say
the truth is
there's
when you sign up, even if you sign up to make music, like you can just start dropping wallpapers, right? So
Yeah, of course.
yeah, there is some people who have channels that are labeled music and haven't dropped one song. Not
Really?
not one line or bar from their special rapper.
but
Never mind.
we had Vibu on last episode, and they're slowly cracking down on all the waste and all the nonsense, trying to get rid of and weed out as much as they can.
I've noticed a rise in kind of like lazy as fuck AI art.
Yep.
I've been unfollowing a lot of people.
Have you?
Yeah.
For that reason, Stash, for that reason.
Yeah. Either the stuff doesn't resonate with you more, or it's the same stuff repetitive over and over, and I just tired of hitting hide, or well, that one looks cool. I'll secure 1 out of 100.
There's a propensity for kind of almost virtual AI porn. Do you know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
I think they've started to put. It's not pornography as such, but it's that suggestive, sexually
anime.
charged. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, anime can be good in its like purest form, but when it's AI, you're not. Who's doing it? Who's making that? That's not to me.
It's
that's
extra
not
pervy, right? Like, so for example, like say we drop one of my co-hosts on my other podcast. He does like actual graphic design and stuff like that, but he's been learning how to use AI to create like a concept picture and then editing pieces of that picture and adding shit in. So anyways, long story short, we did an episode about Hooters going bankrupt. And in that episode, we made a thumbnail of like AI art, big titty women.
Yeah.
And it does great. So
it must be great.
There must be a lot of weebs, like a lot of people that really like anime waifus. And
I mean,
yeah, but that's not sex, bro. Like this is what Doc was saying. Like it's not exactly sex, right? Like it's anime.
Yeah,
like
but there's a whole
AI
category for it, though. You know what I mean? Like it's a big money industry, even still. So it sells. It's gonna sell. But the problem, more or less, came from a lot of people who were collectors on Drip, like myself included, subscribed to every channel that was coming on to Drip because there wasn't that many channels at the time, and I think a lot of us just kept that repetition going, just that routine of following everybody, and instead of we should have really as consumers and collectors stopped following people right away, like Stash is saying, that are putting out garbage, spoke with our droplets, and we just kind of let a lot of stuff fly because there was a lot of free droplets going around with the droplet multiplier and things like that they had baked in. And now that that's gone, we're really starting to see, are those creators putting out just trying to get a quick buck, anime that's whatever, or just whatever they're putting out.
With all those
They're going to be able
free-
to survive now without the free droplets and people having to really pay attention, because it's like the only platform that's been out where you wouldn't, like any other platform, right? You make a playlist, you curate your own channel, what you subscribe to on YouTube or whatever. You curate your own stuff as a consumer. So as collectors, I think a lot of us miss that going into this new wave of drip. So I think that moving forward, we all got to kind of follow what Stash is saying, unfollow the people we don't like or the creators that are putting out stuff we don't like, and it'll start to make more sense naturally.
Well, I think that because people are paying for them, like for the
Right.
drops,
Right.
yeah, like now you're voting with your wallet. You're not just
Yeah.
voting with how I feel in a moment. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like, is the song good? Is the art good? Is whatever good? Am I actually willing to pay for it, even if it's a penny?
Yep.
Mhm.
You've got to, even though, exactly. Even though it's a penny now, it's not a multiplied penny or a free penny. It's a penny coming out of the consumer's pocket, the collector's pocket. So that makes them really have to decide. So really, I think it's a good change. But I know a lot of artists have seen a drop in earnings over the past month there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're clearly not high earners in terms of that, and we're relatively not been on drip that long. But I mean, there are people who've been on less time and are like to do a lot more. I mean, that Doodles thing that appeared a fortnight ago or whatever, that was crazy.
Mhm.
I just I think I missed how it came about, and all of a sudden, like every fucker's like buying it, and I thought that someone's been really clever here in terms of marketing, because I have noticed we haven't, the Last Sun is the first piece of music we've released this year because we've been working on it, and we've just thrown up the diary things, but even from them, the secures are way down, way down. And I think I don't know if that's where it came hand in hand with what you're saying, Fresh, but also the fact that it's now opened right up.
They opened everything up,
and also less discovery, right? So
yeah,
when you guys joined, you used to be able to go search for music and see whatever. Now it's just the top collections. It doesn't matter what it is. There's no like discovery. You can search for people by name, but if we don't know your name, how are we going to search for you?
Exactly.
So it's definitely like a combination of the both. It's like the visibility is down, right? And so like if you can't see what I'm doing,
you don't know it's there. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know it's there. So I can only presume you kind of brought this up with Vibu and in terms of how that's affecting.
And so his answer basically is just that they're moving towards like the Patreon model, right? So it's more so like it's not a place to build your community, it's a place to bring your community. So like you're an artist and you want to have like a private spot for your people to release your music and stuff like that, but it's not necessarily like where you go to discover new talent and stuff. But my view on that is I think that they're going to quickly see that it's not just music that this affects, that it affects everybody. And this is like everybody who currently is on drip. That's their business model, minus like maybe top 3 people or top 5 people overall. Like DGen Poet, for example, has no problem getting discovered. He's known, he has his own fans. So him using it as a Patreon model makes sense. But like somebody coming in new right now, I don't see really incentive even to join, right? Like unless you have your own community. If you're a small artist and you want to grow, drip is no longer the place to go to grow. It's the place to bring your community. And that's like your discovery comes from interacting with like their spaces, their posts and stuff like that, and being around the actual drip community. I think more so now.
Right. I was advised to get on the drip. Was it the drip or the Telegram that Frank got thrown off of? I was told to get on there because most of the musicians that get on there come on because of somebody already on. They go onto there. And that would be the easiest way for me to find new musicians on drip. Which kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean I think the timing of us, appearing was just quite fortuitous. You know, I think, you know, we arrived and then someone, you know, like I think Victoria, as I mentioned earlier, or I think it was maybe Esther, was just like, okay, there's a music drip channel, and it was Hatchie's, like he'll talk you through what it is, you know. So then I get a message from this guy Hatchie, and I'm like, all right, oh cool, this, and it was just like, okay, so this exists. So I don't know, like what you're saying, Stash, if a new musician comes on, do they get that same introduction now, or not? Is that introduction, does that
Well,
take
I
place?
mean,
No.
Esther's gone, so that like
Esther's gone, yeah.
so you're not getting Esther for sure.
No.
And
Hachi's
then
leaving too. Hachi's
Hachi's
leaving.
Hachi's leaving too, or announced his departure from Drip.
Yeah.
I noticed he's been quiet recently, and I think with the changes recently with Esther and Victoria, and somebody else mentioned a few others who've been there since I've been there, or we've been there. They're gone, and it just feels like there's a shift. There's been a shift, even in that Telegram music room that you're talking about, Stash. That's is that the one you got thrown out of frame?
Yep.
Okay, that feels a little bit quiet now. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's very little, because I'd sort of drop in as like always a conversations going on, and now it's a bit barren, you know.
I wouldn't know, actually.
I'll keep you up to date, frame. I'll keep you up to date.
Keep me up to date. Keep me up to date.
But you know, all these kind of it's not coincidences. There's something. It just feels there's been a shift, and it's like it doesn't feel like a good shift, you know.
Yeah, that seems to be the sentiment across everybody that I've talked to.
It definitely worries me. It definitely worries me. Like, and I'm happy that, like, for the most part, we also build separate from Drip, because we're doing like the media stuff, not just like art or music, but so it's like a whole different beast, right? But I feel for the music artists the most, right? Is like, what happens now? Like this whole, some people have, like, for example, Demon Dan has like quite possibly maybe in the next fucking 10 years planned out.
Yeah.
Bro's mind moves so crazy. Like he's got albums on top of albums ready to go, planned out, songs, art ready.
Yep.
What happens? Like this also was dependent on continuous discovery. Like these are marketing moves, and like there's a lot tied up into it. If you don't have that same platform as you once did in the same way, like it becomes kind of a what's the point moment, right? Why would I?
One thing about it, I think I'm probably the one who's been around the longest. Vivu likes to go very extreme when making a big change and then scale back after the big change. Okay. So that's what I'm waiting to kind of see this time around with this big change, what all they're going to scale back from. The bigger concern is the people who are leaving. But, you know, maybe opportunities, and which in Web3, opportunities are popping up every day, especially if you're in that type of work. So, you know, we don't really know the whole story behind the scenes, but I have to ask myself at this point, is there a platform with the tools like Drip has out there that's better? And I don't see that. Like there's things that Drip has that YouTube doesn't even have. And so even with it's been like this, there's been ups and downs with Drip, and it's still in beta, right? It's still in beta. It's not even fully released yet. So we still have a lot of time to go. And I'm still on the bullish side of it. I think changes, growing pains, things are going to happen, but ultimately that's got to happen to shape what is being built for the future. But if it doesn't, like Fresh is saying, if it just doesn't get better, doesn't change or anything, that's gonna hurt a lot of music artists for sure. I mean, a lot of artists all around, but I see the music side being hit pretty hard by that, which would be unfortunate. But I'm fighting against that. If there's anything about it, then
I mean, I think that's evident already. You know, as you say, it may scale back, it may kind of come back in musicians' favor and to some degree, but it's just, you know, yeah, it's just I think it's a period of where what will be next. You know, is the
Yeah.
next big change just going to just break everyone? You know,
Right.
or do you know what I mean? It's like if it go in this direction, then as you said, Fresh, it's like what? Why are we hearing it?
Right.
You know. You're just a little like globule of spit in a fucking ocean, and nobody knows you're there, you know. And I get the idea of it being a Patreon thing, you know. I understand that concept, how that works, but we have Patreon. Do you know what I mean? It exists. We have a Patreon.
Right.
You know,
Well,
why
everybody
model on
thought everybody thought that it was going to be like the one-stop shop. You know what I mean? You didn't have to create on YouTube. You didn't have to create on this platform or that platform because you just focus on building drip. And I'm not sure if that was like community sentiment and not exactly what Vibu was promising. So like, can't really be upset if you didn't pay attention to the roadmap or things shifted over time and now it's moving away from that. And it's kind of, I mean, for lack of better terms, is shitting on the current user base.
I think it's interesting for the model that we arrived at and how exciting it was and how free it felt and how easy it was to communicate with anyone. If you had a query, someone would get back to you, man, instantly, just stuff like that. And there's support, you know, and it just feels like there's a kind of, it's like the floor's been kind of like removed and you just like, you just find yourself standing in like shitty water. Do you know what I mean? You have to navigate your way to the dry land, you know, and it doesn't feel there's you either make it to the shore or you don't, you know. It doesn't feel there's a community loss to me. That feeling of that community doesn't it's been dissipated in some way, you know, with these recent shifts. And like you, Frame, I'd like to think that you know, it's like, okay, we went too far with this. Let's just tiptoe back, give everyone a pair of like nice warm shoes. Do you know what I mean? So you don't get your feet wet, you know?
Yeah, I've seen it happen a couple times with the scale backs. That's why I'm thinking that's going to happen.
Yeah.
The overall sentiment about everything has not been great here recently. So, and from a business perspective, you don't really want to keep going down the path of all your consumers, which includes creators and collectors both. You know, you don't really want to keep. I mean, you're not going to survive if you destroy sentiment amongst everybody.
Yeah.
But
we keep bringing it up.
Yeah, we're not gonna let it go. But I think it does bring up a point that even at the end of the day, learn more about blockchain and NFTs and everything as an artist out there, and figure out other things outside of Drip that you can do to build your community and stuff like that, utilizing the tech, because Drip is tools, but those tools also can exist outside of Drip, and you can do a lot of different things still. Like, it's not Drip that is the end all be all of Web3 music at the end of the day.
See, because of my kind of lack of knowledge about the whole Web3 thing, I just thought we landed really lucky. I thought, right, okay, this seems to be the most, you know, like it's growing. It feels really organic, and it's just like good people with good intentions, and it's just like what a beautiful community to be part of, you know. And so I just had like my horse blinkers on and just thought, right, okay, we need to build this, but you know. Even just like the past week, someone reached out to with something to do with Ethereum, Explorer Ethereum, some kind
Ethereum,
you know, Ethereum, okay, sorry. And so I was like, I had no idea that existed, you know, and so you know we're going to pursue that, and I noticed a few artists who are recognised from being on Drip are already on there. So it's like, let's not put all our eggs in one basket. That's that thing I sent you the other day, Lou.
I highly, highly recommend that you work with Ethereum. We interviewed Ethereum, and I've collabed with Ethereum on multiple of their drops. But it's very interesting and very ahead of the curve. They
Okay.
have a lot of AI working on the back end to
Yeah.
move the music around. Like there's a Twitter account, Sigma. I can't remember the whole name of it. What is it? Sigma
Yeah.
Music. That's actually an AI agent that they set up,
That's
and
crazy.
it's meant to help push out music artists who are on Lithium on social
Okay.
media. So as that account grows and gets more followers, it's going to by proxy promote music artists on Lithium.
Yeah.
So really far ahead of the curve, and
Yeah.
they seem to be really great people. They pay out for, like, I've not had any problems with the payouts with dealing with them and things like that. So they're 100% legit.
Well, that's cool.
I like everything they're doing.
There's a guy called Bogdan that got in
Yeah.
touch.
Yeah, Bogdan's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of having a kind of over a long period of time, like exchange. But I mean, we're talking about kind of, because I says, right, okay, Dad, can Weeds go away and do this, or do we need you to kind of like vouch for us or something? I don't know. I'm just because I didn't know, and he went, no, we'll take care of it, next week. So I'm like, cool, fine.
Oh yeah. Bogdan will handle everything. You just let him drive the boat and get him what he needs, and he'll take care of it.
I might even bring him a sheep for him.
Yeah, take him a sheep. He might like a sheep. You never know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to grease the wheels with a couple of sheep. Survival of the fittest out here. Some people gotta have sheep.
Lou, we need to get into some sheep art, don't we?
No.
Yeah, I've got the bulls. Somebody's got to do the sheep.
I know.
Right?
There's a gap in the market here.
There is actually. There's a huge gap. No sheep at all in the art scene, even in Web3. That's crazy.
I know.
There's a huge market right now. Open
Goats,
for
but
that.
no sheep, man.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
Fresh got the goats.
Were there sheeps on Eyes with the Stash? Or those goats?
Where?
Frame's got a song, Eyes on the Stash. Eyes of the Stash. That
I think those were goats with like ghost outfits on, if I remember correctly. I had to look at the artwork again because I didn't make that artwork. Remember that was
that could be a sheep.
They may be sheep. That was I sold the Dip who did that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eyes on Stash. Yeah, he did those graphics. Yeah.
Frame, if you start rapping about sheep, man, we're looking for a cut here,
Listen, I didn't know there was a whole sheep market out there I could have been targeting with my songs, man. If that's what I got to do is get the farmers going out there, to get the sheep Manson music going, then hey.
Hey, and I tell you another thing, farmers pretend they're poor, but they're rich, man. If you can convince a farmer to get into crypto, we'll all be fucking laughing.
Hey, maybe a sheep is what we need to get more farmers in. A whole sheep PFP project.
Yeah.
Tokenized sheep.
Sheep. This. Oh man. All right.
All right, no more free ideas.
I really want to push the boundary. Fresh knows I really want to go further with this whole sheep thing. I'm like, I'm holding it in. You're dirty, Doc. You're dirty. Put me in the position of where I can cancel myself over and over again.
He keeps trying to make you.
Too late.
You can't cancel me. I cancel me.
I'm already canceled.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a shame you got thrown out that group. It would have been good to kind of so see if enjoy you for a little bit longer. How long did you last? A day or something?
A minute. A quick one. One off.
God.
It was fast.
Oh. See, you've got the sheep. You've got the sheep bug.
The sheep bug.
Infected.
The sheep disease.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what the S stands for in STD? Never mind. Moving on. Fresh, do you have the sheep transmitted disease? Is crazy. Fresh, are you doing a fast fire today?
No.
Okay.
That's only for spaces. Spaces are dead.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So do you guys do spaces as well then?
We did this as Spaces, but
Oh, okay.
We graduated.
we've decided to
Yeah.
switch it
You
up
grew
and do
up.
it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a good format. And does this go out on? Do you have a YouTube channel or something that this lives on, or what? Or is it somewhere else?
Well, there's a
It
drip
will
channel.
live on YouTube, but it'll live
Drip channel.
on Drip and it'll live on X as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So we'll be spreading it everywhere. But yeah, the DRIP.HAUS has its own Drip channel as well, where we
Oh, I
drop
didn't know
the
that.
artists with the interviews, or interviews with artists, and special graphics designed towards the artists, and multiple different things. We created DRIP.MUSICx to support Drip artists that were in the music scene, give them further discovery when there was discovery, give them further discovery, but now we may have to be even more discovery. But yeah,
You're the beacon. You're the last beacon.
some might say that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Some would say other words.
Some other words, yeah.
Yeah, I know some other people that would use some other words to describe us, but yeah.
No, I remember trying a podcast once with a friend. He's like, "Let's do a podcast." I went, "I can't be fucked doing a podcast." I interviewed this like amazing guitarist. You know that kind of math rock type. It's like you just go really fast.
Oh yeah.
And you play a million notes in 14 seconds or something. And he was kind of into that. And there's this American female guitarist who was really popular in that genre that I knew nothing about or existed. And he says, "Let's start up a podcast." And we did one. We did that one with that girl, and after it was like, "Oh man, let's not do any more of this." You know, it just felt. I mean, I do like the long form of podcast where it's conversational. You know, I really like that. You know, the concept of it, but I just felt committing to that was like a tall order. You know, personally.
Yeah, like all.
It is. It's a lot, and especially like it's one thing to do it where you hit it all in one shot and it's great, but like once you get into editing and camera angles and all this crazy shit, it's like it's a lot. It's a lot, and I do it, and I edit all the shit myself. So like,
will you edit this, or we just fuck
this is just gonna go up.
Yeah. That's straightforward.
It's gonna be cut too. Fresh is not gonna edit, but I'm going to. I'm gonna cut it up, and there'll be different video clips for the rarities on Drip.
Oh yeah, like that stuff will happen, but there's gonna be a full episode, and I'm not cutting out the beginning or the end. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
Okay.
So for all the different socials that'll go out, there'll be multiple, from shorts all the way to the full episode.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Different clips everywhere.
I did a Spanish podcast with a friend, but we were not talking about music. We were just talking about like relationship stuff. And I got canceled on Instagram.
What?
So, yeah, a little bit. Because
what did you say? What did you say?
Well, I'll say if you say.
What do you want? What if I say? What do you mean? What do you want me to say?
Well, why you got kicked out of the.
Oh boy!
Oh,
a whole can of worms.
Oh no! Okay, no, you don't need to say, Lou. It's okay. We can't do that here. I listen. I'm with you. I would love to do it. It's just it opens up multiple cans of
multiple worms.
Okay, I'll say anyways. I just said in the video, because it's a full episode. It was just like a 30-second video, and I said that a lot of girls jump from relationship to relationship because they grieve the relationship while they're still in it. Like they're still but they realize the relationship is over and they're like, yeah, this is not the person for me, but they take longer to break up. And so by the time
that is accurate. That is accurate. So by the
understand.
time a woman leaves you, if a woman leaves you, she's already been making that decision and
for
like
months and
giving it all and all the last little pieces and just eventually I don't even know how that's controversial.
Yeah.
And then I said, no, so many guys were offended. And I said, and women who like take longer, because usually these girls will be on another relationship really soon, and some girls spend like years single, and those girls tend to be really judgmental towards girls who jump from relationship to relationship. And so that's all I said. And guys were like, that's just cheating. You guys are cheaters. You guys are, and they were calling us all sorts of names, like getting
But like,
really
you
offended.
didn't say you were with the guy first. It's just that
I didn't
emotionally you're
even
moving.
say, I didn't
You
even say I
like-
agreed with that. I was
Right.
just saying, like, this is something that happens. Let's talk about it. And they were like, cheaters. You're justifying like infidelity, all sorts of things. So
And these were
it was
guys
fun.
who were
It was
doing
fun.
this?
Yeah.
Those guys
Yeah.
had the nerve to say this?
Yes, yes, yes.
Not real guys. Not real guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Boys.
was like,
Boys,
what?
yeah.
These were men for Kamala, I'm pretty sure.
These were boys.
God.
It was fun though. It was fun.
Cool.
It's crazy
Uh,
though.
Otherwise
That's
known as
wild.
insecure fucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
God.
crazy. People are so weird. A lot of people are weird.
This was awesome, though.
Yeah, this is a
Yes,
great.
it was.
You guys
Thank
were
you
great to
guys.
meet.
It's
Oh,
been
no,
a blast. I'm gonna.
thanks
If
for
you got
having us.
anything else to plug before we wrap it up,
Oh, yeah.
please do it now.
Anything you want to promote?
Not really.
I have a side stall in sheep fetish wear if you're
Oh my
interested, lads.
gosh, please stop it.
Okay.
So this is
I'll DM you on the
Muse.
side
This
his
is the
address,
video
and I'll
for
pay for it. You
Muse
send it
by
to him.
April4. Thank you guys for coming out. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
we'll see you
Thank you
guys
for
on the
having
next
us.
one.
Nice.
I keep my nails long, so high. I couldn't play guitar. My throat was so sore, so high. Could never sing along, and they said it's just a phase, and it'll pass like rainy days. Let's hope we pass by, the music's still asleep. Somehow I'm so amused, but it's no use. I'm used to humming to the blues. Slowly but surely, the muse got back in touch. Head over with the devil. Looks like we made a pact. is going by, she crazy. I remember who I am, I remember why I'm here. I like cold blood, I hold on to all the dreams, 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 the bitterness and loneliness and emptiness surrounding us. Bitterness and loneliness and emptiness surrounding us.